Hello there, a very good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome along. Thank you very much for being with us. We're live for the game this afternoon. We've got half an hour of build-up to follow in the coming moments, but we are ready to go here on Fournilwritten all over it. Well, a very good afternoon to everyone who joins us in the chat, including Kevin Brown, who said good afternoon, Tom, or a good afternoon straight back at you, Kevin. Hello to Sean, who says up the Blues, and we need a big win today. We do indeed. Billy says, come on, you Blues. Good afternoon to Richard Newman. Hello to Retro Shirt Sean, who will be joining us in just a moment, and to Douglas on Facebook as well. A very good afternoon to you all, as well as William, who joins us all the way from New York State, and howdy from Adam, who is also another guest that will join us very shortly. Jake is watching us and the Mags. Hope you're staying safe. We're all staying very safe and well, mate. Hope you are too. Good afternoon to Neil. Welcome along to the stream. Jake is going for a 3-1 Pompey. Boys and girls, get your score predictions in the comment section down below, as I'm going to take you through the table as it stands in League One at this moment in time, as well as the Pompey team news. Here we go. So at the moment, Lincoln City hold top spot, 25 games played and 51 points. That's almost 2 points every game for Lincoln City. It was more than 2 points every game. Hull City have played 25. They have 48 points from those games. It's Doncaster who Pompey will be looking to overtake this afternoon as we sit fourth moment with a win, and Doncaster losing today, then that will be possible. Peterborough United closely follow Pompey. But apparently we're not having any more of the team and table. Sorry, now we're having the teams. It's Craig McGilvery in goal, the back four of Callum Johnson, James Bolton, Sean Raggett, and Charlie Daniels retains his spot in the starting 11 from last week. Marcus Harness, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon, Michael Jacobs, all behind Ellis Harrison and John Marquis. So Marcus Harness is the change there in for Ryan Williams. The bench: Lewis Ward, Lee Brown, Hadji Minoga, George Byers, Harvey White, Ryan Williams. You can't quite see him there, but Ronan Curtis is on there. 2. Right, let's have a look. 3-1 or 4-0. Lovely. 2-0 to the Blues. 3-0 Pompey. 3-1. Hello to Cam Vlogs. Brian's going for 4-0 all the way. Any win will do. Plimbo are informed. They are indeed. We're going to chat about that in a moment. Hello to Steve. Joining me then. I follow ads are doing my head in the... there we go. Welcome along, Steve. Hope you're well. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. It is a strong lineup, says Dean. Absolutely, it is indeed. Joshua Dove says, come on, Pompey. 4-0. He's going for 2-1 to the Greens from Cam Vlogs. My girlfriend Gemma thinks it's going to be 4-1. Gemma is all over it, Jake. She knows exactly what she's talking about. Hello, it is 4-0 versus Pieface. Absolutely. Good afternoon to Jack. Hope you're well, mate. And we are going up. Say we are going up. I think you could be right there. I think we could be going up. Let's have a look then at what's still to come here on Fournilwritten all over it in the coming weeks for you. So many games. Tuesday night, see Swindon Town visit Fratton Park. Then it is an away trip for Pompey. Crew Alexandra will be our opponents, as well as Bristol Rovers. Then it's Blackpool back at Fratton Park. Then a trip to the Cassam to play Oxford United, and then Pompey host Gillingham. Then it's Doncaster Rovers away in South Yorkshire, a trip to Northampton Town, and then it's the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, live here on Fournilwritten all over it, the 9th of March. Join us from 6 o'clock. That's when our coverage begins. And then it's the matter of a small trip to Wembley. Pompey versus Salford City is the EFL Trophy final from last year. Saturday, 13th of March. Join us from 2 o'clock. Someone else who will be joining us in just a moment is Richard. We will also speak to Andrew, who is going to be taking us through commentary, as well as Sam, who will be joining us for the entirety of the game this afternoon. Right, let's get back to some of your comments then. Steve thinks Pompey will get promoted. Hello to Adam. Again, sorry, I've already said hello to you, but hello again. I think Marcus might struggle with some of their defence yet. Absolutely. It does look very strong and very well, mate. I hope you're good too. Hello to Jack. Just like Sky. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Cider's cold, £10 pay. Looking forward to this. Kevin, you know how to roll, mate. You know how to roll. And hello to Sean. Good afternoon. The legend. He's going for a 3-1 win. Hello to Ollie Graham as well. Let's take you through a couple of stats and statistics before we get going. That's not an easy word to say. Pompey unbeaten in their last 5 League One matches versus Plymouth. 2 most recent meetings have ended in a draw on both occasions. Pompey have lost their last 2 at Fratton Park. We all know about that. Lincoln and Hull. And Plymouth, have lost their last 2 at Fratton Park versus Pompey as well. But they haven't lost... Let me try that again. Plymouth have lost just one of their last 8 league games, and prior to that, they lost 6 games in a row. So, long-term form is not fantastic. Short-term form is looking absolutely wonderful. Jack Rolfe is saying a 2-0 Pompey. Watch out for Danny Mayer, Plymouth quality player when he came from my team. Berry, thank you for that. He remember the fixture back in 2017. You are an OG, mate. If 2017, you are an absolute OG. Richard, are you there, my friend? I'm ready to go, but I can't see you. He is. He's good to go. Good afternoon.
How you doing? All right. Yeah, very well, thanks. Very well.
What are you expecting to take today as a Pompey fan from this game?
Well, actually, I woke up this morning actually quite apprehensive because I was a bit, I know we had a fantastic result on Tuesday, but I was there thinking, could it be a draw? Could it be a loss? You know, you listen to the signings that they've taken over the January transfer market, you know, you think, I say you mentioned a short while ago about the strong defence, you know, very strong. I say they've got the leading goal scorer as well, even though he's the only one that seems to score the goals on that team. But I think first half will be very close, 0-0, and I think we'll sort of take it second half. And looking at the lineup we've got, you know, once again, you know, it's nice that he's set his stall, keeping to the same team, and we've got that depth, haven't we, second half to to come on, you know, 70th minute. You know, a bit of flair, and I would say 3-1.
How much do you believe in the term dockyard derby, Richard? And what does that mean to you?
Well, I say being ex-service myself, my dad lives born in Plymouth,
right?
So it's always been known as a dockyard derby in our family. So my dad was on the phone earlier on, and that sort of chops in away a bit, thinking that they're going to get a good win, because I think their managers just signed a big extension.
Yeah, yesterday was a bit of an extension, wasn't there, announced?
Yeah,
I saw that as well.
So, you know, they've obviously got faith in him. You know, I think they'll always be a League One team, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. But no, I say I've been down at Home Park many a time, you know, when I was a young lad with my dad. So it's, you know, it's good atmosphere, and I hope, we'll come through with, 2-1, 3-1 win, going for 3 though. And that's it'd be good, nice having Harrison on again to, build that fitness up. And hopefully they'll strike a better partnership than what they had on Tuesday. So
you just sort of alluded to a bit of team news there. I was wondering what your reaction is to Ryan Williams' drop for Marcus Harness. I'm not quite sure. I know it's 2 very similar players, but what would your preference be of the 2?
Harness. I say every time I've seen Harness, you know, he's very good on the ball, very good attacking, good, you know, good at crossing, and the thing is, he's good at finishing as well. You know, when he's got the ball and a goal in front of him, you know, he'll watch it, put it in. You know, with Ryan Williams, don't get me wrong, he's good, but I think that last part of his play, the crossing, you know, I think a lot of the time it's 50-50, you know, whether he gets a good crossing. But no, so I'm very hopeful for today, and try and get into that second spot, certainly get a point away from the second spot from today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just mentioned it there. My final question to you, Richard, was going to be, you know, how key is this one to keep pace with those couple of teams that are above us? I know that Doncaster have got a couple of games in hand on us. They are, here he is. They are ever catching us up. What's your thinking there?
I think every game is key. You know, we can't really sort of rest on our laurels thinking that we'll get a draw. You know, say let's get the ball rolling, get the momentum going, and then when it comes to the Doncaster game, I said on Tuesday night, I think that's the key one. You know, if we get the result against them, then it enables us then to hopefully, you know, leapfrog up into the top 2 and try and stay there. Hi, Andrew.
How you doing, bud?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, good. Thanks.
You haven't heard the whole conversation, but anything to add in speaking to Richard? We've just been chatting pre-match, but have you got anything that you'd want to?
No, I've got a couple of mates that are from the Plymouth area. They actually live there, and they're one sent me a message saying looks like 4-0 written all over it today. So I don't think they fancy it too much.
Oh right.
What do you? I didn't get to see. Yes. Well, I don't. To be honest, I don't think they're that good, are they? So we don't need to worry about them too much. But then sometimes we play badly against worse teams, don't we?
Exactly, yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
And they're a team as well. What I heard this morning, you know, they stick to the formation that they've got. You know, they're renowned for sticking. They're not like us where we'll flick between one formation to another. So it's drilled in what they do. It's whether they just sort of hold the ball in the centre of the park. And, you know, I probably see their possession being a lot higher than ours today. Coming away from coming to the ground. So, but I think the first 20 minutes will give us a good indication of where we're at. But they need to start straight like they did on Tuesday.
It seems for me, whenever we play Plymouth, it's a bigger game for them than it is for us. They seem to really want more of it. It seems like it's a bigger scalp for them, and obviously it is, isn't it? But it feels that way. It feels like we're not really too bothered about them, but they actually are looking forward to beating us, as it were. It's a big game for them, isn't it? Like a lot of clubs, I suppose. There's us, Sunderland, Ipswich, I suppose, in Charlton. Teams like Plymouth like to go there and win, don't they? For obvious reasons, but
that's it. And they've had the thing is they've had a run of results, haven't they? They haven't lost every game that they've been playing. They've been picking up results along. They had a good result with Accrington. So it's I think that a team to be reckoned with. But
exactly.
No doubt the 10 to 5 phone call off my dad. If it goes the wrong way for us, we'll definitely be coming along. So.
Absolutely. Richard, thank you very much for joining us, mate. It's been lovely to have you and lovely to speak to you. And hopefully we will see you at some point as the afternoon progresses with smiles on our faces. Thanks, mate. Right, that was Richard. We're going to speak to Retro Shirt Sean now. Before we do so, Steve, who's a Plymouth fan, he said, Ryan Lowe's a really good manager, but then I am an Argyle fan. I do back you for promotion this year. Adam said, Ryan Williams is undoubtedly the hardest working player on the pitch every game. I'd probably argue that you could say Andy Cannon in there as well, but each to their own, Adam, each to their own. Kevin has said COVID vaccine's going well. All back for the last game on the pitch because we are going up. There we go. We'll take that, won't we?
Yeah,
we'll take that. Just quickly before we continue, if you haven't yet liked the stream or if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please make sure you do so. And as I say that, Sean is ready to rumble. A very good afternoon to you, mate. That is not looking retro. That's looking very much present, what you're wearing. Oh, there we go. We can't quite hear you, mate. I think your microphone might be muted. I reckon you said Michael Jacobs. Was that what you said?
It was, yeah.
Excellent. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yourselves?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Ready to go. How key is this one this afternoon, Sean, to keep pace with those trendsetters at the top of the league right now?
Yeah, after Lincoln's win yesterday, we need to get the 3 points just to keep up. Keep going with the form. Selection today looks quite good. It's back to he's kept the form with all the good players that did well in the last game. So I think that's good, and hopefully Curtis can come off the bench at some point and show some magic.
And Williams for Harness, your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think looking at it says Harness and Williams both players. It depends on the day. If he's got the other one on the bench, that's great. You can swap them over. It's 1 for 1. It's quite nice. I think having that option is a good thing.
Do you think he's done that just to mix it, to give them a rest for the numbers of games coming up? Because there's no other changes other than that, which is surprising. But then we did lose the previous 2 games, and this side played well against Charlton, so he couldn't change too much, could he?
He couldn't change too much. I think he's going for consistency, for good performance, and the players that he's got in the team will all, they'll all put in a good shift. Harness and Williams are the ones that, like I say before, they're flair players and they can have off day. But if he's got the other one on the bench, he can swap them over, he can change it. So I think sensible, and also pace them for the games ahead because they have a lot of games coming up.
What do you think's the most important thing to get right against Plymouth today?
The defence. Just stay solid. Just get into the game, get through the first sort of 30, 40 minutes and then start putting on the pressure. It's just the fact we don't want to start doing silly things like putting ourselves a goal down and putting pressure on ourselves.
Absolutely. What would you think?
We saw this guy, the manager. He's got a little bit of a pedigree in him. We saw him when he was the manager at Bury, didn't we? And they played. We played them at Bury. We went up there that game. We played them at Bury a little while later. They beat us 1-0 last game of the season, you might remember. And then we were up there in Bury, weren't we? And then they played us in the cup. It was the one of the Mickey Mouse. First time I think it was the EFL trophy, actually. Yeah, it might have been. When we got to Wembley to beat Sunderland, it was that game, wasn't it? And the first half, we beat them 4-1, I think, on the night. But the first half, it was 1-1, I think, from memory. I think they might have scored first. Can't remember. But anyway, they looked like a good outfit. They played. They were a league below us, and it was only by a little bit more luck than judgment, I think, that we got the other 3 goals on that night. He's a good manager, I think.
He's a very good manager. He's thought very highly of down here. He's just signed a new contract as well. So, I need Portsmouth to win. Otherwise, work's going to be very, hostile.
I was about to say to you, Devon Base, you could probably give us a little bit of intel on terms of the significance of the phrase Dockyard Derby. I know it's very much.
Are you actually in Plymouth? Are you?
So I live in a place called Dowsland, Burrator Reservoir. So I'm about 20 minutes north of Plymouth. And it's Dockyard Derby. I think it's bigger for them than it is for us. You know, we have our own rivals. But yeah, locally, Portsmouth is one they currently look for.
Right. Yeah. Well, there we go. Sean, that is absolutely brilliant, mate. And hopefully we'll be able to speak to you at halftime, as I said to Richard just now, with a smile on our face. And we look forward to seeing you in just a few moments. Thanks, mate.
No worries, thanks.
There we go. That was Retro Shirt Sean, and we will get to Sam in just a moment. I'm going to give him something to feed off of, though, automatically. I've got a couple of stats for you, mate. So just before I get you in, let's take a look at these. So, Pompey have won 13 of their League One matches so far this season. Plymouth have drawn and lost more. 10 points separates the two teams. And as you can see there, the upcoming 5 or so fixtures, albeit the top 2 are both the same, but we know that because that's today. You could say probably Pompey have the easier run of games. And then goals so far, only 1 more scored from open play for Pompey. 8 set pieces to their 5. 2 own goals courtesy of Jack Watmore, and 3 penalties converted to Plymouth Argyle's 2. And then finally, head-to-head in the last couple of seasons, we've played them 16 times. On half of those occasions, it's resulted in a draw. And on 4 occasions each, the Pompey and Plymouth have both come away with all 3 points, and that is league. That's all competitions, by the way, in the last 16 games. Sam, your reaction to that, mate, and a very good afternoon to you, by the way. Your initial reaction to that, and how are you feeling for this afternoon?
Yeah, good afternoon, lads. I'm feeling quite confident. I think the performance on Tuesday night was really encouraging, and I wasn't really expecting it, and it was kind of a bit of banana skin. But yeah, it was a really good team performance, and they looked dynamic. They looked like play a few different ways. Some good depth coming for bench as well. So yeah, it was a really encouraging display. And now we're moving into a nice run of fixtures, as you said. So these are the ones where we need to capitalise. Nothing short of 3 points. It's got to be the aim, because if we lose ground when games we should be winning, promotion will be tough. Regarding the opponents, obviously, you've mentioned the rivalry a few times. I reckon it's more of a rivalry that's the fact we've played them quite a few times over the last however many years, especially in promotion games as well. It's kind of developed from that. Ever since that fateful day in Plymouth on that. What are you doing? Oh, here he is.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
How does that work? You see this? Not taking any chances.
Yeah.
Did you just ask your dad? Did that lamp he's got behind you come off HMS Victory?
Andrew wants to know if it came off HMS Victory.
And Sam, I want to ask you before we go on to the sport a little bit. I've got a bit of a language question for you. It's quite a difficult one. I was just wondering if you it was something I was thrown into the pot, but Tom didn't know I was going to ask this question. But
no, I didn't.
The viewers will be interested to know how good your language skills are. So what's 9 in German?
Oh, I'm not too sure, mate. No.
Just thought I'd ask. That's all.
I think I was sorry for being late, Tom. I was about 9 minutes late. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right, mate. I had plenty planned. Don't worry. We had some great guests on. Actually, they're talking a lot of sense.
I made a cock up with that, Sam. I meant to ask you what's no in German.
Oh, it's 9.
There we go.
Many?
9. Do you think they know how to say that down the road?
I don't know. Let's move swiftly on, mate. We're going to take you back a couple of weeks we haven't discussed it with you, but this is the final game of Jack Watmore's 3-game ban from playing football in a Pompey shirt. Did you at the time think it was a red card, and having seen it over and over again as it was bounced around for weeks on socials, was it a red for you, and was it right that it wasn't rescinded?
When I've kind of set the scene a bit, we were watching the game and our stream was really, really dodgy. And as he's gone in for the tackle, the stream's kind of cut in. I've watched the replays and stuff. I mean, if you have to watch it 50 times to work out if it's a red card, I don't necessarily think it's a red card. Again, he doesn't help himself. Don't think he needs to make the tackle. But the way he's jumped in, I can see why he made it. It did take a brave ref to make the decision. Don't think he would have made the decision if there was fans there. And it's a massive decision given the context of the game, because I think that game was poised nicely to be a competitive League One game between two good teams. And I think it helped Lincoln. Well, obviously helped Lincoln massively because they just had so much of the ball and eventually made the breakthrough. But it's a real shame because it was a massive game. The ref's taken a very big decision there. And if he'd given a yellow, I don't necessarily think it would have been an issue. I think if you remember early on in the season, Charlton played here and Darren Pratley flew in with a tackle. I think it was on Callum Johnson. And
I remember that. Yeah, down the near touchline.
He didn't even get booked.
Yeah.
So that's crib. But how? So Jack Watmore's a red, but didn't even get that was a straight red card every day of the week.
Yeah.
So that's the only problem I've got. I think the main problem I've got with it is the fact of it was such a big game as well. And but yeah, you know, I thought we played all right in the game afterwards. It's just a shame that red card kind of dictated where that result went. But yeah, moving on to, if I've just finished up at today's opponents.
Yeah, sure.
Ever since that fateful day in Plymouth in 2016, when that is probably the worst day of my life after that playoff defeat. I can't think of a day where I felt more upset. But Pompey have definitely enjoyed the better of the two teams, but have the better fortune since then. We've been the side that's been on the up. They've had a relegation. You know, we've had a few playoff finishes in League One, the cup win. So ever since then, Pompey have actually. I don't think we've lost since then against Plymouth. I'm trying to recall with time
I think
we've
that's
lost.
probably what. Yeah, it's like 7 games unbeaten against them, and that must date back to sort of 2016. So
yeah, and we've done well at Fratton Park against them. So yeah, they'll come here. They'll try and play football. They've got a decent young manager. He's going to come here and try and play football. Hopefully that plays into our hands and we can pick the ball off and get them on the counter attack as well and hurt them in dangerous areas.
Absolutely. Bang on 7 minutes until kickoff, ladies and gents. A very good afternoon to all of you. Join us across YouTube and Facebook. If you could drop us a like, subscribe if you're brand new to this sort of thing as well. I'll just quickly touch on something from Adam, and Andrew and Sam can both jump in on this. Have you seen Harvey White has been putting in extra hours in the gym and on the pitch? His kids going places with mentality. Just your initial thoughts on the couple of minutes that we've managed to see of Harvey White, Sam. And as a signing, I don't think we've actually spoken to you since he signed for the club. And my next point will be Charlie Daniels, and to discuss the significance of him and 2 games in the side from the off from the starting 11. So initially, Charlie White, and your thoughts on him, having seen him play so far.
Obviously only seen him for a few minutes here and there. And I think one of them was against Wimbledon when it was quite a bit of a flat game. And the other game was against Hull when we just got overrun. But yeah, Premier League, from a Premier League club, he's going to have potential, going to be good on the ball. I like to think now we've got a lot of depth. If you look at our bench, before January, I didn't really think there was a lot there, and in that Peterborough game in the cup, it did show because we got battered really. But now, if we had to play a second string team, I still think it's a very strong team that we get into most League One squads. So yeah, I think it provides good depth, and if Cannon or Naylor get injured, he can come straight in.
And Charlie Daniels, what you've seen of him in the lot, well, I suppose against Charlton was the main chance we got to see him play. Composed, calm, collected.
Yes,
are you a fan?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, obviously he's got pedigree. Tom, he comes from Premier League status. Done he done a championship with Bournemouth as well, wasn't he? He's a good player for sure. He's got a level head on him. He can pass the ball. He looks very, very solid on the ball. I don't think we've got any problems on the left hand side with Charlie Daniels down there. I think we're fine. I don't know anyone else, but most people probably agree with that. Tom, it'd be interesting to see how their manager tries to work us out today. He probably watched the game against Charlton. I would think most of the Plymouth side would have been watching that game and know how good we look. So I think they'll come here with a little bit less confidence had we drawn that game than any other than that, Tom, because the previous 2 games they might have fancied it, mightn't they? So the good win at Charlton has put us back on. Yeah, I think personally back into the driving seat with this game today.
Sam, do you agree? Has Charlie Daniels made a decent enough impact for you in the 90 minutes that we saw of him on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think he adds a little bit more than Lee Brown, maybe a little bit more craft and guile going forward. You know, he's got a good, long distance pass on him as well, which you don't really think associate with Lee Brown. Lee Brown, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a 7 out of 10 every week. Charlie Daniels, you probably going to pass or something of that bit of magic from a set piece or something like that, where Lee Brown hasn't quite delivered. Again, it's good on a contract at the end of the season, so could be that kind of bit of quality that we need to get up. I thought him and Jacobs on the left as well worked really well. They really kind of complemented each other. So I think it's a good little partnership. And then you've got obviously Ronan and Lee Brown to come in as well. So you've got a couple of partnerships on that left-hand side.
Sam, I've asked a couple of my guests this afternoon. You're just quickly on the team news. We've got a couple of minutes till kickoff, but your thoughts on the swap for Brian Williams out, Harness in? Is that like for like enough for you? Is that a case of squad rotation from Kenny? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of kind of that like for like coming in, but also a player slightly underperforming. And Williams has had a great run of form, but you don't want to kind of let him get to a stage where he's got no form or he's out of form. Take him out while he's still playing well, give him a little break, bring Harness in, who's just as good a player. I think it's a bit of squad rotation, keeping players fresh, keeping them in good form, not letting them get on the pitch and have a bad moment or a bad few games when then they've got to regain that form, which we've seen with Ronan Curtis before. They've kind of overplayed him, and then he's just completely just gone flat towards the end of the season. So yeah, I think it's a good time to change it up every now and then. I agree with the change. Yeah.
You happy with Jacobs in for Curtis as well? You just touched on him there, but he is underperforming right now. I think that could be argued. Yeah. And Jacobs the right fit for you?
Yeah, I thought Jacobs was first half anyway was man of the match on Tuesday. I thought he carved them open. That pass over to Marquis was a league above. You don't really get that in this league. He just picked him out, cut the defence open. So yeah, he's got that quality that you don't really see in League One that like too often. So yeah, I'd like to see him and Daniels try and carve Plymouth open down that left hand side. Marquis, yeah.
Brilliant. Amy, good afternoon to you. Welcome along to the stream. We are both well. Amy is confident for a 4-0 today, as are myself and Andrew. Right, we are just a couple of moments from kickoff now at Fratton Park. And it is Portsmouth versus Plymouth Argyle. Call it what you want. Call it the Dockyard Derby. But what we do know is that kickoff is now just over a minute and a half away. Myself, Andrew and Sam are guiding you through this afternoon's fixture. You have the final word then, mate, and Sam and I will try and synchronise our watches, as it were, in terms of the iFollow footage. But your overriding feeling today, is it nervousness? Is it your excitement to see us kick on and get a run of wins going towards the end of the season now? Because I think, I'll tell you what I think. I think this could be now a win streak all the way up to Doncaster at the start of March. They are games that we can easily win in this league. What's your thoughts?
I would normally be going into this game with a little bit less confidence, if I'm honest, because Plymouth always want to beat us, don't they? And they'll really be up for this game. But I think we've got the quality on the pitch, Tom, that could win this convincingly today, like we did against Charlton. I think another performance like that, and we could beat anyone in this league playing like that. We played like the previous two games. Obviously, it'll be a different story, won't it?
What is it that you're looking at on your screen right now, Sam? Just so
I've got the ref coming out with the ball.
Bit of Harness, bit of Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, I just had Daniels run across. Maybe if you want to, we get the timer up.
Okay, when we get the timer up.
I've got Marquis, and now it's gone full screen.
Right, okay.
You're about half a minute behind.
No, you're not half a minute behind. You're about half a second behind. But I'll pause and replay in just a moment. That's fine. Sam, Plymouth have lost just one of their last 8 league games. Prior to that, they lost 6 in a row. So long-term form, not fantastic. Short-term form, not brilliant. Which one of those do you eye up the most as opponents today?
Sorry, Tom, can you repeat that? Sorry, because my dad was saying something to me and he completely distracted me. So yeah, blame my dad for that.
Blame Alan. Plymouth have lost just one of the last 8 league games, and prior to that, they lost 6 in a row. Which one of those do you look at the most, and sort of do you look at the 6 games? Do you look at the one of the last 8 they haven't lost, or do you look at the prior to that, the 6, and think they're an inconsistent team?
I genuinely think they're quite an inconsistent team, because I remember the first game we played them, they were on quite a good run of form, and then towards Christmas time, they dropped off a bit in December, and now they've picked up again in the new year. I do just think they're a bit of a streaky team. They're trying to kind of find their feet in this league. You know, they've come up and they're a decent team, play good football. So yeah, I do think they're a bit of a streaky team. So hopefully we can start them on another bad run today.
Absolutely. There we go. There is a minute's applause taking place in just a moment for Captain Sir Tom Moore, who's passed away in the last couple of days. And Andrew, just a word on him, mate. What a national hero that man was.
Yeah, I'd take the knee for him, Tom. Great man. Obviously, he's shown what even at his age, how the quality the man had, and what a fantastic inspiration for young people today. I think you've got to look up to that and admire it, haven't you?
Absolutely. And really, Sam, he guided sport through a bit of a tough patch in terms of what of the world around us, didn't he? Walking 100 laps of his garden, raising all that money. And you've seen what a reaction he's had across the world after his passing. What will he give to you? What did Captain Tom give to you as a person?
Well, yeah, I think it's just an example. So even when you're really, really old, just live what a last year he's had for his life. You can't get much better than that. I think it's amazing, and it's nice to see everyone kind of paying their tributes as well.
Absolutely. There we go. That's Captain Sir Tom Moore, who's died this week at the age of 100. Right, the Pompey team huddle is underway. The match will very shortly be underway. Sean Raggett's got something wrapped around his head, Sam. Was there? Oh, is that the headbutt at Charlton, was that?
Yeah, I'd assume so. Yeah, that was quite a big collision, wasn't it? 8 minutes added time after that.
Yeah. Luckily, he's all right to continue for the rest of the afternoon.
He's got a crash helmet on, so he's all right.
He has got a crash helmet on. A very warm welcome along to everyone who joins us. It's just jumped in before kickoff. The players will take the knee and kickoff will get underway here at Fratton Park, and we're all looking forward to this. It's Portsmouth versus Plymouth Argyle, and it's live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. And Sam, we are now underway. I don't know if you are.
Not quite yet.
Right. Okay. In that case, I will.
Now I am.
Right. Let me know. Oh, hang on. The time has not come up yet.
Harrison's just clattered him.
Right. I'm going to pause it on 13 seconds, Sam. Let me know when you hit 13.
Now.
Right. There we go.
Cool. Perfect.
We're on.
Player on the floor.
Yeah, automatically. We're with injury time. Let's just watch that again because I kind of missed that. Oh, crikey.
He's taken him out.
He has, hasn't he? That's
each other.
Yeah. It's funny that we were talking about Sean Raggett just before kickoff and that headbutt, Sam, but that was probably worse than Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was he flew into it there. But that's Harrison always tends to do that in the first couple of minutes. He got booked early on Tuesday as well. He's got to be careful because he kind of puts himself at risk for the whole game if he gets an early yellow card. But I don't think there was anything in that. I think they were both going for the ball.
Yeah.
Very honest challenge, and it's just a bad clash of heads.
Very true, actually, because you were saying that you would have subbed him off in the first couple of minutes when he got that yellow card against Charlton. So I don't even think he went anywhere near the ball, to be honest. It's a shocker.
Player's taken a smattering. He should be off the pitch. He's got to stay on. He can't be conscious, can he? He's headbutted him and taken him off his feet, and he's landed backward, flown backwards.
Is that something that the EFL are introducing, Sam? The old concussion substitutions?
Yeah, I thought it was getting introduced this weekend. I thought maybe in the Premier League you get two concussion subs.
Yeah.
But then apparently to kind of counteract people using a sub for like someone just going down tactically. Apparently if you use one of the subs, the other side get another sub, if that makes sense. So then it kind of counteracts someone just going down for the sake, Pep Guardiola. How much money Man City got sitting on their bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Marcus Harness there on the right hand side nearly got a ball thread through there, but it wasn't quite to be, and Plymouth will deal with that one. But Tom Naylor just hoofs it back to them. Andy Cannon getting involved in the grappling. That'll be a free kick on for Danny Mayer for Plymouth, and he was getting stuck in there, Andy Cannon, letting him know who's boss in the midfield for Pompey. The ball is now out on the far touchline in the north stand. We're watching it on a slightly smaller screen this afternoon, boys and girls, but there we go. I believe that Sean Raggett has done well to keep that in play and get it back to Pompey, but he hasn't done so. I can't get it on there. It's just on that one. But it's okay. 2.5 minutes played at Fratton Park.
It's friggin' tiny.
It is quite small, but it's all right. We can make it out just about. Kellen Watts now. It's quick football from Plymouth, actually, and Pompey, are they going to, concede a foul in the process of trying to win the ball back? That was James Bolton, and
I don't think that one was a foul. I think the first one was. Don't think that one was.
Yeah, that didn't look like a foul, did it?
No,
Let's watch it again.
I think that's a foul. I don't think
that is.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Bolton very impressive on Tuesday night against Charlton, by the way. For a player who hasn't played that much, I thought he was very solid.
Yeah, he did do very well. Danny Mayer standing over this one. Looks like he's going to be the one to send it in. No, he isn't. And that one will be out for a corner, will it be? Yes, it will be. Ellis Harrison couldn't quite get there in time in order to keep it in play.
Probably could have done
And
if he slid it.
he's just thrown it into the north stand. That was nice of him. Harrison already looking like he's been on the pitch for about 90 minutes.
Tom, is my TV too loud, or is it
If you
fine?
could turn it down a tad, that'd be great, mate. Just a little bit.
You sound like you've got a budgie in the car.
Corner ball comes in, and that one will be James Bolton to deal with it initially, but it's still alive in the box for Plymouth. The shot, and it's blocked, and then Andy Cannon will make sure and send the ball long and into Plymouth Argyle's defensive half. And Marcus Harness was chasing that one down, and that will be a Plymouth throw-in on this near touch line. And I've just realised that we've gone nearly 4 minutes of the game and we still reckon the kickoff's at 3 o'clock. So there we go. That was changed for you. Thank you to Sully for reminding me on that one.
Good start for the away side.
Yeah, really good start. What did you make of that corner bit there?
Yeah, so many bodies in there. I think it would have been a bit unlucky for it to end up in the net. But yeah, no, they're decent little start for them. But, you know, Pompey got to play their way into the game. I'd rather they have a fast start and then we build our way into the game as opposed to, you know, we start fast, can't break through, and then, you know, it becomes a bit of a trying to think of a word. Going through here.
We are indeed. Harness with the ball, and then in the end he's clattered away. Sunderland have taken the lead away at Stadium MK. It's MK Dons 0, Sunderland 1, and that is the first goal of the afternoon across League One. And here come Plymouth once again down this right-hand side for them.
I'd like to have seen Harness actually, or maybe there'll be a bit more movement for Harness going forward there.
Good football from Harrison there.
I felt there was chances for people to run, make better runs off the ball there, create a bit of space for him, and there wasn't really that. It was a bit.
Sorry to be awkward, Sam, but could you turn it down a tiny bit more, please?
You've got to turn it down a bit more, mate.
That's all right. Tom Naylor in the centre circle for Pompey. He's found his colleague Andy Cannon.
Is that better? Or?
Yeah, that's a bit better. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's my dad.
Not the place for football now, looks like, guys.
Yeah, Marquis.
It's a good day. Good day for some passing football. Pitch looks good.
Conditions all good after the debacle of last weekend, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, you'd think at this level, it happened at Accrington as well. Regardless of whatever the weather is, you should be able to get a pitch, especially this season, where fixtures are, well, getting any sort of game in the midweek is kind of like a blessing at the moment. Then there are many free Tuesdays. You can't. It happens every year at Accrington. It happens every season, and nothing's done about it. It's every season. I think there should be some sort of sanction or something. There's something has to come into play because it is literally every season the same clubs. Can't produce pitches.
It's not Kenny Jacket today. It's Kenny Tracksuit. He is going top and bottoms. As I'm sure a lot of people watching will be pleased to know, and brilliant football from Mark. Absolutely.
And he's got it back again. Look at that.
Referee's fine to play on. No, he's not. He's blown up for the foul now.
That was a foul, but I can't even go for it straight away.
Yeah, there was a foul in there, wasn't it? I'm surprised that he let the game carry on as long as he did. So there we go. There's plenty of you that join us now across YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't yet left the stream a like, if you could get us up to 100, that'd be wonderful. And if you are new to the stream, then let us know by subscribing down below. And as Sam said a minute ago, to be able to not get a game on at Charlton Athletic at a championship side, they have actually taken the lead in their away game against Rochdale, courtesy of Chuks and Ike in the 7th minute. So looking to get back to winning ways for them today.
But you can labour on it too long, Tom, if you're not careful.
No, absolutely.
We played it, didn't we? We played, and they had to play on the same pitch as us, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Plymouth have got it at the back now. This is Kellen Watts. He will receive the ball back after Pompey looked to close him down. Opt to go the different route, looking like Arsenal at the minute, Plymouth.
They're going to stick to their principles, do what Ryan Lowe's kind of imprinted at the club since they're in League Two, playing out from the back, trying to build attacks as opposed to being a little bit more direct.
Is that going to work against Pompey?
Sorry, Tom, mate, you cut out.
That's right.
That whole thing,
Is that going to work against Pompey playing out from the back and the way the way Ryan Lowe wants to play?
Well, teams that come here that aren't necessarily at the top of the league and try and play like that, it hasn't necessarily always worked. You know, obviously, Hull, that's a good ball.
That is a good ball.
Shut up for a minute.
Edge of the 18-yard box. Is Ryan Hardy trying to make things happen? Good defending by Sean Raggett, and that will be the second or third Plymouth corner of the afternoon. Automatically, Milton Keynes Dons are back on level terms in the 9th minute through Joe Mason. It is now MK Dons 1, Sunderland 1. 9 minutes played in this one at Fratton Park. And your thoughts on the opening 10, Andrew, as this corner comes in?
We haven't started that well, Tom, but disappointing, really, isn't it, to see that we're letting them play football? We've got to get hold of the ball and start playing our football, haven't we? We showed a little bit of composure 3 or 4 minutes ago when we part 7, 10 or 12 passes together. But they've had 2 corners away from home already, Tom. It looks ominous right now, doesn't it? But we just got to. There's plenty to go, of course. We're only 9 minutes in, aren't we? But I'd rather see us battering them in the first 10 minutes and right go at them.
I might need a helping hand with this one, Sam. Panatuche Kamara, I believe. I
think you've done well there, Tom.
Right, okay, we'll take that. He missed the header completely. 2 goals and 1 assist for him so far this season, but wasn't to be on that occasion. And Pompey are now in possession down the other end of the pitch. I believe that's Michael Jacobs who will work the ball into the box, and it was away by the Plymouth centre-back there. Things are still alive for Pompey as the ball goes back in, and once again, Panucci. Thank you, Stevie. Appreciate that. Here comes Andy Cannon, edge of the 18-yard box. Oh. It's gone down. Referee's not going to give that, and Cooper will come and claim that one. Anything in that one, Sam?
No, it didn't look like anything in there, but I think that's a good example of, Pompey can win the ball high at the pitch. Cannon won that back straight away and try and get at this back 3 straight away. I'll just go back to what I was saying. Teams that aren't near the top of the league, you haven't got your Hulls, not your Hulls, not your Lincolns, not your Sunderlands, not your kind of Doncasters. Teams like Crewe. Well, Crewe are actually up there as well, but when they played us, they were actually like mid-table-ish. They came here and they tried to play football and they just got torn apart when they came. So I think it's for teams that are lower down the league to come here and try and play a certain way and try and carve through Pompey without getting hurt, it's going to take something special. I mean, Plymouth have started well, but I'd definitely back us to get into this game a bit more and start to punish them, because we've had it twice now already in the first 11 minutes where we've won the ball high up the pitch and nearly created something. If they keep doing that, you can't do that too many times, because law of averages will say we will score one eventually.
Absolutely. There's a Craig McGilvery goal kick that's sent in the direction of Ellis Harrison. Marcus Harness will receive that one and look to make something happen. It's just taken away from him there.
Needs a bit more support around him there. Like me, everyone could see that ball bouncing up in the air. Needs something around him.
Here come Plymouth Argyle through Connor Grant now, but the ball is won back well. Harness had a decent opening 12 or so minutes in a Pompey shirt, but as Sam said, needs a little bit more support there. Ellis Harrison was traipsing over to try and win the ball back off Danny Mayer, but Plymouth still have it here, and the ball is through. Charlie Daniels, seen he won that ball fair and square. I reckon that was why the hand went up. Here come Plymouth again, working their way down this right-hand side. Beautiful sunny afternoon at Fratton Park.
Number 10 for them, Tom. He's dangerous. He's
Danny Mayer. People were saying before the game started.
Very, very good player.
Very player.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. That they had some. He took, I think, 5 or 6 players.
Can I cut across you there? Marquis has actually read that really well in order for players. I think that was him that really gained the possession back for Pompey. Is that he was on that straight away and allowed for Charlie Daniels to win it back on Karen.
I'm encouraged with that play by Pompey, because last season I think we would have just lumped that down the pitch. We've actually played it out. That was because Daniels actually a bit of composure, played it into Cannon, and now we've started to play out with the ball as opposed to just lumping it up there and hoping someone wins something, which is encouraging because we didn't see that last season.
That'll be one of the first fouls of the afternoon for Pompey. Ellis Harrison went down there, a little bit of a shake of the hand from James Bolton, and I believe that was a foul committed by Tyrese Forner. for Plymouth Argyle, who has also had a good season for them. So far, Luke Jepcott, Sam, that we haven't seen an awful lot of. The Wales under-21, he scored 14 goals for Plymouth so far this season. That's unheard of halfway through a League One campaign, isn't it?
Is he top scorer in the league, or
I'm
he
not
must
sure.
be up there?
Sounds
Him
like
and Clark,
he should be up and around there.
him and Clark Harris must be close. But yeah, that's poor ball.
It was a poor ball.
I mean, I'm sure there's clubs in the Championship who are after him. Any player who scored 14 goals in League One in the first half of the season is going to be kind of coveted by a few clubs. Haven't seen much from him so far, though. Hasn't really got the ball, done much. I'm guessing he's more of like a poacher. I haven't really seen much of him. I'm guessing he's kind of fox in the box, bit of a poacher.
Well, seeing as we haven't really heard from him in the opening 15, Sam, you would imagine that's the sort of player he is. Just a little bit of good news. This week can't get any better. Newcastle United have taken the lead against...
That's 10 they've conceded
Well,
this week.
yeah, exactly.
Someone's conceded 10 this
10,
week.
10 so far.
Let's need 8 more now.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be nice to get 10 though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Record.
That would be. It'd be a lot of goals in the Premier League in the last week or so. It's Joseph Willock that's got the goal for the Toon Army there. Right, opening quarter of an hour has been played now for Pompey. Apart from a bit of a congested chance for Plymouth, there hasn't been an awful lot for the away side. And again, not too much for Pompey, as this is Tyrese Fornar who's navigating his way through the midfield, and he eventually finds the ball out on that far side. And they've enjoyed a bit of spells down that side, actually, Andrew, in the opening couple of minutes. And here come Plymouth, who are opting to play the ball down this left-hand side through Connor Grant now.
They're switching the ball nicely.
They're not a bad team, are they, to be fair to them?
Plenty of intent, Sam, but not a decent chance either way so far.
Yeah, I think it's a team that's going to dominate the ball, going to have a lot of possession, but maybe not create anything clear cut too often. But yeah, they're keeping the ball nicely, but a lot of teams do that against Pompey, so it's not unsurprising.
Yeah, just allow ourselves to grow into this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here they come again now, Plymouth Argyle.
A lot of space. They've got a lot of space.
A lot of space, indeed. Connor Grant's played a cross ball over to Byron Moore, edge of the penalty area. But Tom Naylor's there to stamp out any potential opportunity for Plymouth. He'll run with this, actually. Tom Naylor puts a beautiful ball through to Ellis Harrison.
This is great.
Edge of the box now. Harrison, has he got options? Yes, he has. He holds onto the ball well. And there's Jacobs. Andy Cannon now opts to play a sideways pass towards Charlie Daniels. It might have needed a little bit more on that in order to comfortably reach Michael Jacobs, but Pompey still have it, and it is back with Jacobs now, just over the touchline right now. There's Tom Naylor, who also, the space is more condensed for Pompey, and that's perhaps because they're getting out to them quicker. James Bolton now. Marquis looks left and right and receives the ball. Harrison.
Nice ball there. Great.
Fortunately, not going to reach Michael Jacobs on the edge of the D.
That was a good idea there. It was
a good idea.
Something there.
Andy Cannon's won it back.
For him, Marcus.
He stood there waiting.
Win the ball back at height the pitch again.
Another good ball, and that'll be a foul on the edge of the box. In a decent position for Pompey. That was indeed a foul on that occasion for Jerome Opoku.
Good opportunity for Charlie Daniels here.
Yeah.
With his left foot. So Opoku's been in good form for Plymouth. He's on loan from Fulham, I think. Left-sided centre half, can play on the left back as well. So
he's an angry man.
It was a push, wasn't it, Sam?
Yeah, I think it's one of them where, because of the size of him, the size of Jacobs, any sort of contact.
Why don't stand in front of the keeper?
What's he doing? Oh, I've never seen that before. 17 and a half minutes played. Pompey with a decent opportunity on the edge of just 5 yards from the edge of the D. It'll be Michael Jacobs is looking like he's going to be taking this one. Harness and Charlie Daniels just discussing tactics. William Thompson said battle for possession out there. Absolutely. And the Plymouth players are all ready to go, standing in this wall as we all wait intently.
It's a good distance, this. You can get it up and down.
Ooh. Oh, it's not a bad effort
Corner,
from
eh?
Michael Jacobs, and that will be a corner. It came off a Plymouth Argyle head. I think it was Ryan Hardy, actually, who headed that one inadvertently behind, and that will be Pompey's first corner of the game. It's not a... keeper's happy enough with that. And that will be Pompey's corner.
Surprised Daniels didn't take that, actually. It was a better angle for a left footer.
Here comes said corner. It's to the far post of Ellis Harrison, and that one will be behind again. And that will be a corner on the opposite side of the pitch for Pompey.
Ellis Harrison's got to really mean it, though. It worries me that he's coming up for those headers and he's sort of half-baked.
Why is it half-hearted, Sam, from Ellis? Or why does it come across as half-hearted?
He's a frustrating player, isn't he? I'll just shout when this corner comes in. Oh, that's a good opportunity.
That will, in the end, be over. I think that was Sean Raggett who was the closest to the ball there. I'll have to watch that because I was looking elsewhere.
That was a good opportunity there. It looked like a relatively straightforward header for him.
Yeah.
The form he's been in front of goal, you'd expect him to be better than that. Certainly.
At least force a save, perhaps, from Cooper on that occasion. Here come Pompey again. Will Marquis get on the end of that one? No, he won't, and that will be a throw in on the far side.
I think what's happening is kind of what we expected. Pompey winning the ball high at the pitch because of the way Plymouth are trying to play. I think it was always going to happen. It's just that final pass to actually create a chance that's going to lead to a goal that we haven't quite come up with yet. But yeah, it's probably time. There you go.
There's the box. Oh, there's that chance, Sam. Easily the best opportunity of the half there for Pompey in the opening 20 minutes or so. That will be another corner. But what's more important is the strike from Marcus Harness, Andrew.
Fantastic strike, Tom.
I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I was just saying exactly what just happened.
You were exactly saying that, and I'm glad it has happened. And
I make a tick of that.
Opportunity of the half for Pompey. Here comes the subsequent corner, and that one again. It's another decent opportunity. Ellis Harrison, and that one will be there's another chance for Pompey.
That time,
get a ball in. Cameron Jerome has a lot of goals at Stadium MK at the moment. 2-1 is now the score to the home side. 20 minutes in. Oh, that's a decent chance. Decent chance. Here comes another corner, and again. 3 big opportunities there for Pompey, and I think it'll be another corner.
It's a perfect example of, you play a certain way, which Plymouth do. It does work. It looks good, but you create very little. Pompey have pressed from the front, win the ball out of the pitch, and we've had 3 or 4 good opportunities now where we think we should maybe score.
Absolutely. Charlie Daniels is going to take this with his left foot. It's an in-swinger, and it's a decent delivery again. And that one, pinball in the box.
No corner.
And it's another... No, it's not.
It'll be
that one.
Another corner.
Is it another corner?
It is. How many is that? 6? 5, 6?
It was actually James Bolton who got 2 swipes at it, and I agree, it will be a corner.
Plymouth really struggling to deal with any of these balls coming in. They can't really win the first ball.
They all look dangerous, don't they? It's another one.
Deep one.
And that one's away this time.
Again, winning the first ball again.
It's well done by Callum Johnson as Plymouth have only a couple of seconds of respite. Marcus Harness trying to grapple that one off Hardy. And the ball is now back with Plymouth. And Marquis doing all the pressurising up top. Something he does so well there, Marquis. It's a great win back. Jacobs, Naylor, edge of the box, and the shot is deflected behind, and the referee signals for a corner. Pressures mounting from Pompey, Sam.
Yeah, no, it's just Plymouth being their own worst enemy. And this whole thing about playing out from the back and being expansive. You at this level, you don't have the players to do it. They really don't, and they're just causing themselves all sorts of problems. Absolutely. But yeah, Pompey will score. So this is the thing with law of averages. They will have if they have this many chances, they've got to score at some point.
Here comes that corner, and again, it's not a bad opportunity for Marquis to get on the end of that. 22.5 minutes has now been played. That is halfway through the first half as Craig McGilvery is right off his line in order to get this one back at the pitch. And as the legend Sean Meads quite rightly says, Pompey very much turning the screw. In possession of all the screws as well. I don't think the ball's really broken into Pompey defensive territory for 5 minutes or so now.
Plymouth enjoy a lot of possession at the start, but nothing really. They haven't had the ball for a while.
Lucky that.
It's
Yeah, great
unlucky.
ball from Naylor.
And it's what you do with the ball as well, Sam. If you capitalise on having the ball, and then it's a different story, isn't it? It's all well and good having possession.
Yeah. Harness has done remarkably well there.
He's had a
Tom,
big...
what's your
Ooh.
timer?
We lost you there, Sam. What was that?
What's your timer on? Because I think you might be like 2 seconds in front of
28, 29, 30.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's fine. You were literally the same. I think it's like half a second. No, it's all right.
Okay. That's all right. If it's doable, I'm more than happy to pause and go again, mate, but that's absolutely fine. Here is... Go on.
Oh, if you literally just pause it for half a second, and then we'd be at the same.
Right, there you go. Now perfect. 51, 52, 53.
Perfect.
Even better news than that, the lead has now been doubled at St James's Park. It is 2 goals for Newcastle United in the opening 25 minutes or so.
No one likes to hear that.
Kellen Watt's now on this near touchline for Plymouth Argyle. It's almost a rinse and repeat, and the ball has just reached back to him. 24 minutes has been played at Fratton Park. Here comes that throw, and the sun has gone in somewhat behind the cloud. You would expect it's Jan Bednarek. Oh, it's an own goal. There we go.
That'll do.
I didn't recognise that name as a Newcastle United player. I didn't, because it's the opposition. Here's Craig McGilvery now. Will take a kick for Pompey. Sean Meads reckons Daniels is going to pull one out the bag. Anthony's a massive fan of the formation. Again, it's 4-4-2. And Sam, 4-4-2 works for Pompey in League One, doesn't it?
Oh,
and that is a horrible challenge on Johnny.
Yeah, it tends to work. You know, the good results we get come with this formation. So yeah, I like those two up front. I think they cause problems.
They do indeed. Peterborough United have opened their account for the afternoon against Crewe Alexandra. It is 1-0 to the Borough, and that is not a good result if you're a Pompey fan right now. Because they will, I believe, they'll be above us right now in the table, Peterborough, after that goal.
Tomo, what's your time? Because my stream cut out. I had to restart it.
25, 22, 23, 24.
All right, I'm going to pause it and then tell me when you're on 32.
32, 31, 32 now.
All right.
There we go. Synchronising of clocks. And there is James Bolton, who deals with that one incredibly well under pressure. He was the last man for Pompey, really, there. Andy Cannon on halfway.
Again, isn't it?
Here comes the play down the left-hand side. Ball goes in. It's Ellis Harrison, and there was a little bit too much on that one for him. Referee signals for a goal kick, Andrew.
Yeah, it's looking better, Tom. We said I didn't like the first 10 minutes, but as you alluded to, and Sam very cleverly alluded to, that we've got control of the game now, I think, and it's looking like the goal's coming soon. We just got to get one, haven't we? Maybe 2 before half time, just to make it sure. But I think this is looking ominous, isn't it, for Plymouth? I think.
Retro Shirt Sean's made the point. Sam Bolton is like a Pompey having a new signing. He's revitalised in a blue and white shirt. What have you made of him?
Yeah,
before we do, Michael Jacobs, edge of the box, and that one's going to come from nothing. And Jerome Opoku will be the one to get that one away.
I think obviously you say about James Bolton. If the one position I would have said, apart of along with centre midfield, where we have strength.
Hang on, Sam.
Harness, edge of the box, and Marcus is frustrated that he didn't receive the ball. Anyway. Still alive here with Harness.
Marcus.
Tom Naylor now. Here is Callum Johnson down this near side for Pompey.
Again.
It's a clever ball. Harness back to the dispatching Callum Johnson as the ball makes his way towards Michael Jacobs. It's a cross ball, and again, Opoku's there to stick his foot in the way and stop any
bit of a nuisance at
Pompey threat. Sean Raggett rises like a salmon, and the ball is now with Charlie Daniels. Again, it's decent attacking play from Pompey as Charlie Daniels managed to work his way all the way down to the corner flag. That one's back with Tom Naylor. He's done really well there. Jacobs, edge of the box. That one's going to be a set piece again. And again, another opportunity, Sam, on the edge of the box for Pompey to fire a set piece in.
Yeah, this is a kind of favours the right footer, you'd have to say. Opens it up a little bit more, but yeah, another good opportunity. Jacobs causing all sorts of problems. I like how he's kind of elusive. You don't really feel like they can get near him. They can't really touch him in case it's a foul. On that left hand side, he offers something completely different to Ronan Curtis, which I like.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I agree. It's something different, isn't it? Rather than what we've been used to with. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong piece of paper. Sorry, I was just reaching for some more notes, Sam. But I was listening to what you were saying. This is the one for Charlie Daniels, then, isn't it? Oh, I think he's lost us there.
Oh, I'm back.
You're back. This is the one for Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, he looks like he's lining it up. Although I would have said the other one's was a better angle for him, but we'll have to see what he does.
It will be Charlie Daniels. Sends the ball in and it takes a deflection. That will be another corner. Wasn't looking like it would have been too far off with no touch on the ball. As we approach the half-hour mark at a sunny Fratton Park this afternoon, Oshilaja has doubled Charlton Athletics League at Rochdale. They will be more than happy to get 2 goals to the good in the opening 27 minutes after their poor performance on Tuesday night against us. As we tick over into the 29th minute, Sean Raggett making himself known to the Plymouth Argyle defenders as the corner comes in. And he can't, well, it's not the first man, but it's the first Plymouth head to it. And it's away to Callum Johnson, edge of the centre circle, fires a long ball over into the box. And Ellis Harrison tries to, I don't know what he was doing there. He tries to make a connection with it. And that one will be comfortable for Hooper to claim. Sam, your assessment of the opening first half an hour at PO4.
Again, I think obviously Plymouth started well, but Pompey have really, oh, bloody hell. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Playing out from the back. Obviously, Pompey have grown into this game and they're really starting to make opportunities from Plymouth, not really playing out from the back like the best of their ability.
And that one's, I think that might have been too quick for. Oh no, he's done well to keep it in. Marquis, Callum Johnson, head ball in, and the keeper Cooper comes and claims. A lot of C's in that sentence, and 30 minutes has been played at Fratton Park. Quite know where I was going with that one. Keeper Cooper comes and claims.
Careful when you're doing that, Tom.
I know. I've got to be careful with what I'm saying, haven't I? That's Pompey throwing on that far side now. And again now, Sean Raggett with the ball at his feet. Head is nicely strapped up, and James Bolton, lovely little spin there, almost Cruyff turn-esque, and the ball is back with Craig McGilvery. I can't believe I just compared him and James Bolton together, but there we go. Ryan's made a comment, Sam. I wonder what you think of it. He said, anyone think Hawula should get a chance in Harrison's role at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a shot from the man himself, Ellis Harrison, and the keeper cannot prevent that one from going behind from a corner. Sam, Hawula for Harrison. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's a different kind of presence up front. Would be a bit more pace, a bit more in behind, as opposed to Harrison, who's going to kind of challenge physically and be a bit of a nuisance, as opposed to somebody who's going to kind of actually cause defenders a problem in behind. So yeah, I'd like to see it, but at the moment he can't even get in the squad. So I wouldn't say it's anything that's going to happen in the future at the moment, because Kenny Jackett's quite reliant on just having those kind of 2 wingers, 2 defenders, and 2 midfielders on the bench.
Peterborough United have doubled their lead at home to Crewe Alexandra. Doncaster Rovers have also taken the league through John Taylor against Oxford United, and it is Shrewsbury Town that are now 1-0 up against Swindon. Here comes the corner in from Pompey. Oh, it's not a bad shout. And again, we'll claim that it will be another Pompey corner, and it will be. And Raggett, again, was the one that rose for that. Well, missed a couple of chances in front of goal so far this game, Sean Raggett, Sam.
Yeah, not his usual self, not his usual lethal self, eh?
Yeah, well, he is. To be fair, there's not a lot that isn't true in that sentence. Sean Raggett's been quite potent in front of goal for the role he plays in the team. And here comes Charlie Daniels, and that one a lot closer that time from Sean Raggett. Just tipped over the crossbar.
That was his best chance, I think. Relatively central area, and he didn't really have to jump that high for it.
He hasn't got closer so far, has he? And the keeper was pretty much beaten as well. A little bit more in terms of accuracy. Execution was there. And that will be a Cooper goal kick. It is Johnson Clark Harris, Sam, funny enough, who's got another one at Peterborough United. He scored the second for them, so it's 2-0 there still. Again, making way at the top of the League One scoring charts. James Bolton cleverly gets that ball back to Callum Johnson. It was a bit of a dangerous one, though. And the referee is going to, I think it's a throw-in or a free kick. Oh, no, it's a throw-in for Callum Johnson.
Tomo, can you just do the half-second thing? Because you're literally like a second. But is that all right? Sorry, being late.
Sorry, it must be irritating to watch it. Right, referee's just lit. Callum Johnson's about to throw it now.
Yeah, got it.
Cool.
It's literally like for the corners. I know we haven't scored like a second before.
Yeah, okay. I tell you what, I'll pause again, Sam, just so I feel like there we go. So if at least if we're a couple of seconds behind you, you can watch it, think about it, and then decide what you're going to say rather than us ahead of you. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Hello to Chris. Welcome along from Italy. Raggett and Daniels are forwards today. Yeah, very much so. I mean, they've probably had all the chances on goal more than John Marquis and Ellis Harrison. But here will be Craig McGilvery. Sam, you'll get a little bit of respite at half time, by the way, mate. I'll get you out and get guests in if you want to have a bit of a chill out for 15 or so.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be nice.
Yeah, so you don't have to constantly talk for 2 hours. Here's Callum Johnson now.
Good ball down the line.
It is. Marquis has done well to keep that one in play, and that will be throw-in or corner for Pompey.
Throw-in, it looks like, Tom.
I'd like to see the corner stats in this game because the first half there's been so many.
Let's have a look and see how many corners we've had. I reckon it's going to be quite a few.
Here we go. This is a long throw, isn't it?
Is indeed. Andy Cannon now. Harness. Ball goes in, and is Harrison going to get on the end of that? No, he's not. He leaves his man. And admittedly, he's done quite well to keep hold of the ball there, Ellis Harrison. The ball is now with Tom Naylor, and that one's cut out by Luke Jepcott, whose only real chance we've seen him there is actually doing the defending, which is not what he's normally doing. Tom Naylor now, Pompey captain. We'll have to track back a little bit, reverse himself slightly.
Pompey keeping the ball well in these areas, like apart from that long ball just now, but they're keeping the ball well in those kind of tight areas, which is nice to see.
10 corners for Pompey and 2 for Plymouth. It is a Brexit possession, 49% for Pompey, 52. Actually, it doesn't make sense, did it? 49 plus 52. What Sky Sports? What are you talking about? 101% possession overall in this game so far, apparently. Strange, isn't it? 49% for Pompey. I'm going to say it's 51% for Plymouth.
That's why I say to you, it doesn't make sense, Tom. We've had the ball a lot more than they have. 6
shots for Pompey to Plymouth's 2. 2 on target for Pompey, and
it measures the time, the possession.
It's clearly not the most important game to Sky Sports, is it? When they can give us the 101% of possession. I'm sure there is someone there, bless him, trying his best to work out possession, but it's probably not the most modern technology used down in League One to work out who's had the ball more. Plymouth now have an opportunity to play it around. Haven't seen them doing this in the opening the last couple of moments or so since the opening minutes. Here is Kelland Watts now. Plays the ball down to Connor Grant, who gets the ball in, and the ever-present at the back there. Sean Raggett gets it away, and here's Harness. Takes it on the chest and half volley away in the direction of Harrison, who almost wins it there, but Cooper did well to come and head that one. Needed to get something on it because that would have been 1-0, perhaps.
Tom, I'd say at half-time we've had 10 corners and we should have scored from one of them at least, maybe 2. So you could woo these mistakes if we're not careful.
Why didn't Harrison go for that?
Because he's already scarred from the first minute, Sam, probably.
Yeah. He looked like he got to the bounce of the ball and then just didn't follow through with it. He let the keeper
there before Cooper, wouldn't he?
We've said a number of times.
Harness breaking towards the box. He's so quick, and Marquis in the box, and just didn't quite fall to his feet. If he dragged that along with him, John Marquis, who could have been talking about something different. And there is Sean Raggett, who concedes a Plymouth throw-in for some reason. I don't know what he did there, but
that's the first time Plymouth have played a ball into the channel, and they've actually gained more territory than they have in the last 25 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, unusual, isn't it?
First long ball they've played, and it's probably the most effective bit of kind of gaining territory they've had in a long, long time.
Plymouth do still have the ball now, and they have found Callum Watts. Harness leaves his man and allows for Connor Grant to get the ball down the line. Tom Naylor back there doing some defending. He can't do so. Plymouth work their way into the box here. It's a shot that's blocked from Andy Cannon. And that one will be away by Callum Johnson. He's done well to find a ball to John Marquis, who is on his own.
Harrison? There he is.
Harrison's there as well, works his way into the box. Marquis, left foot, strike, and it's deflected, and that will be easy for Cooper to claim and
pathetic shot.
Go again. Not brilliant.
I can't really blame him for going for the shot. Support. He had to knock there was 4 Plymouth defenders there, so can't blame him that much. But yeah, I assume he'd be trying to bend that into the far corner as opposed to the near post.
Here's Danny. Oh, Danny May has missed it, but it is with Kellen Watts. And now it is back to
He's dangerous.
Mayor. Tom Naylor.
He's a very, very dangerous player.
That one's Ryan Hardy's ball. He's on the edge of, right on the cusp of the corner of the 18-yard box, working his way across, and Raggett's
break that tackle,
tracking him every step of the way. He's done well to keep hold of him, and it's a shot that comes in. So what rocket of a shot, and it's actually hit Luke Jetcott in the process. It was from the centre half, right back, Will Aimson, and it hit Jetcott in the process of going through, and that will be a Craig McGilvery goal kick. Sam, 5 minutes from the break. What are your thoughts?
That's probably Jetcott's first touch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, for a team that like to dominate the ball, except from the 10th minute on, Plymouth have really struggled to get the ball at all, and Pompey have been by far the team that looks more likely to score. It's just the fact we haven't had that little bit of moment from a corner where you'd think if we got 10 corners, we'd most likely get one of them. Oh, my stream's just come off again, so
we're probably a couple of seconds away. What is going on with the old iFollow? Has it been a nightmare for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, the Lincoln game was really bad. It just kept buffering the whole time. So
you playing it through your PlayStation or something, Sam?
I play it on my iPhone, and then we got an Apple TV, and then beam it to the Apple TV.
Fair enough.
So it usually works quite well.
Michael Jacobs fires the ball up towards John Marquis. That's an excellent ball from Michael Jacobs. He's working his way into the box here, Marquis. Marcus Harness can't get a hold of the ball. It's back with Ellis Harrison, edge of the D. Finds some space, shoots, and that one's saved down to his left for Cooper. 40 and a half minutes has been played.
Harrison, he has got a powerful shot on him, mate.
He has. It was a little bit too easy for Cooper.
I think he should be doing better from there. A free shot from the edge of, literally at just the edge of the box. I do think he's got to be making the keeper parry it away as opposed to just catching it.
Sam, I wonder if you can answer this one from Sean Mees, the legend. He's asked, do Harrison and Marquis actually pass to each other? And I think there's a hint of irony in that one.
Well, yeah, clearly not. They seem to be, as soon as they get it, both eyes for goal, nothing else. But, you want your strikers to always have their instinct to go straight for goal. But, they have to develop a partnership. They haven't really played up front that much together, have they? So,
would you rather they operate as individual entities or probably try and code share a little bit more?
Yeah, well, it depends. You do want your strikers to have that instinct. I do think they both have that. Mark was slightly more than Harrison, but I'd say Harrison is more in there to kind of do a job for the team, whereas his Marquis is going to be that clinical striker. Plymouth got the ball now.
Plymouth Argyle. Danny Mayer working his way down the left edge of the box, and it is. I don't know who that's going to be.
They're giving him too much space there, Tom. Get the tackle in.
Ticking over to the 42nd minute now. What's your minute, Sam?
Yeah, 42.
Right, okay.
That's it. Look at Daniels. Get close to him.
We're still a second or two behind you, so that's okay. Mark is working his.
He's done very well there.
Get the ball and
he's well done.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
Down and close him down quicker.
Put him under pressure. Harrison working his way over as well. Marquis and these talk about working together there. That was a bit of a partnership in terms of trying to win the ball back from Harrison and Marquis there, and Harness just unluckily couldn't keep the ball in play.
We've shown a lot of composure pretty much every other area of the pitch apart from their box, where you'd think that's kind of the moment where it just hasn't really clicked. Apart from that, I think it's been a good display. We just need that little bit of composure in the box.
It's not a bad opening to the game, is it?
Plymouth would be happy to go in half-time 0-0, though, won't they?
Yeah,
definitely. You know, if their manager comes out afterwards and says they were the better team from the start, you know, just switch the interview off.
I said to Andrew over lunch this afternoon, Sam, that he really irritates me, Ryan Lowe. I don't quite know why. He seems to be rather delusional with his perception of the times that Plymouth and Pompey have played us in the last couple of years. I don't know what your stance on it is.
Yeah, well, I actually think he's a manager, and he gives me I kind of think he's similar to Paul Cook. He kind of gives me that kind of the way he wants to play football, guy from Liverpool as well, and he just gives me that kind of vibe. But yeah, he's come out this week and said Pompey are big spenders. When Ryan, who works for Express FM, did some research, and Plymouth have actually got since they got promoted, they've spent more than us. I don't really understand where they're coming from with that, but you know, sometimes it's just trying to get mind games.
Oh, it's not a bad ball, and would you believe it's another corner for Pompey?
Make this one count. Come on, full half time.
I don't know how many that is now. It's absolutely
11.
It's mental, isn't it? That's so many corners.
He's got to
make one count. Got to make one count.
The ball's in. If Daniels is taking, no, it's not. Yeah, Daniels is taking us again. It's great balls in from Daniels, isn't it? He's a great. He's taking better corners than Ronan was. He drops the ball right on the spot, doesn't he? Watch him.
Here comes this in-swinger, as Andrew said. Ball is almost on the spot. It's probably better than that, and that will be a goal kick for Cooper. Sean Raggett, again, the closest to that one.
Ronan Curtis's corners are just too inconsistent. You can't really know where your run's going to go and the ball's going to go there. Daniels is literally putting it on the same, near around that same kind of area every single time.
It's going to be a minute added on to the end of this one at Fratton Park. What do you think of what Ryan James has said, Sam? He said this match is starting to develop that feeling that if we don't take our chances, we could get punished. Are Plymouth the sort of team that are likely to do that to us?
My initial answer would be no, because they've created next to nothing throughout this whole half. They'd started well, but that was it. They haven't really created anything, and they don't strike me as a team that's going to be that kind of that smash and grab, you know, sit back, catch a team on the break, you know, take the 3 points and move on. They're a team that wants to dominate games, and that they haven't really done that. So maybe they might change it at half time, maybe change the formation. I'm not too sure what he's got planned, but if they continues this way, I'd back Pompey to score, because the amount of chances we've had, and some of them some of them have been good quality chances as well. So I'd back one of them to go in, and we've got firepower on the bench as well. So
absolutely, Andrew. What would you say to that?
I think I just concur with everything Sam's just said, mate. If I'm honest, we should have taken one of those chances from the corner, set pieces, whatever. We had 2 really good set pieces, haven't we? And 11 corners. So we should be winning this game, Tom. And the danger is, as we said earlier, they'll sit back and soak this up all day long if we're not careful. We've got to get at them, and we've got to make it count, haven't we?
Sam, we're sat here, the half-time whistle's just gone. What do you see happening in the second half of Pompey, and what do you reckon the final score might be at this stage?
I'd just say more of the same, to be honest, Tom. I don't think there's any reason to change it. I think there's just that little bit of quality in their area where we need to get better at, because that has been the main issue. I think we've had composure. It's looked good. It's just that final little bit of moment of quality that needs to occur for us to kind of get that first goal. And after the first goal, I do think we can get 2 and 3, because they'll have to come and try and get the equaliser. But yeah, no reason to change it, in my opinion. Not to do anything like we did against Hull. Keep it the same. See what they do and adapt from there.
Absolutely. The score at the Stadium of Light is now 3-1. So that's good news. The goal tally has been extended ever so slightly at St James's Park. We'll keep you up to date with everything that happens there this afternoon. Thank you for a moment. We'll join the second half commentary in just a moment or two's time. We've got some lined up for you as well.
Stadium Light, did you say?
Sorry?
Stadium Light.
Did I say Stadium Light? Yeah. I didn't say Stadium Light, did I? Oh, close enough. So, well, if there's any Sunderland or Newcastle fans watching, you can absolutely hate me for saying that, but they are pretty close in terms of where we are anyway. Right, let's have a look and see what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit as the half-time whistle's gone. So lots to look forward to in the next coming weeks. It is Brett Pitt and Swindon Town that make their way to Fratton Park. Also, next Saturday, we have the visit of Crewe Alexandra. And then after that, it is a trip to Bristol Rovers, then Blackpool back here at Fratton Park. Then it's Oxford United away at the Cassam, then Gillingham, Pompey Gillingham, then it's a trip to South Yorkshire to play Doncaster Rovers, then a journey up to Northampton, then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland here on Fournilwrittenalloverit on the 9th of March. Our coverage begins from 6 p.m. And something else to get excited about is this, our trip to Wembley on Saturday the 13th of March. Our coverage begins from 2 o'clock that day, and Andrew will be excited for that one. Right, let's speak to Brendan. Let's kick things off with you, mate. Hope you are well. Welcome along to the stream.
Hello, boys. How are we?
What have you made of that first half, mate? We are both very well.
Yeah, very positive, actually. Obviously, the only thing we haven't done right is put the ball in the net. We've played well, defended well. A nice little clash at the start of the game, wasn't it? 9 seconds in, Ellis has gone through one of their players, which he likes doing. But as the lad was saying, it's the final third we're lacking a little bit of quality, and it's that final control of the ball and shot, or getting the shot away. But all the build-up play, no, I can't say anything bad about it, really.
Can he change anything at half time?
Because when I first saw the lineup, I was unsure about changing Williams for Harness, but Harness isn't actually playing too bad today. A few little bits and pieces he's done well, like breaking forwards, and when he put the ball across for Marquis to have the shot, and then Marquis's trampoline foot bounced the ball away. No, at the moment, keep it the same. Keep plugging away. Maybe freshen some legs at the hour mark, and then push on and get that win.
Absolutely, I think I agree with that. Yeah. Is today's well at the moment, we're going to take a look at the league table in a moment, Brendan, when we finish talking to you. But things are not looking great at the moment for Pompey. Although we've had a good first half of football, and we look like we probably should be at least a goal or two up. I asked some of the guests at the start of the show, I don't know if you were watching or not, but I asked them if this is one of the key games, and is every game key to keep pace with those trendsetters at the top. Now you've seen a first half of football. Do you feel like we can keep pace, given the poor results we've had in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I think with this match in particular, I think with playing Plymouth in particular, it's definitely a match for the fans to be there. You know, it is the Dockyard Derby. I know people hate saying that, but I'm from a naval family, so for me it's Dockyard Derby. But yeah, I think we can keep the pace, and I think we can storm ahead, and we can get back in the top three, and maybe even, as you say, top two, and win the league at the end of the season. But I don't see why we can't fall behind. I think we're definitely good. We're on course.
And how does Kenny Jackett instill a little bit more ruthlessness in his side for the second half?
I don't know. I think we're doing well as it is at the moment. I think, you know, we haven't. I don't know. It's the killer instinct in that final third. I think we need to get a proper test of the keeper and a proper testing shot, and the boys will finally go, oh right, we're in it. We can do this, you know, and we'll get one, and then we can get two or three. You know, I can't see us conceding at the moment, even though they've got their striker who's banged in 16.
And I saw your reaction to to when Wembley came up on the screen. How pleased were you when you heard about that one being rearranged this week?
Oh, chuffed to bits. Absolutely chuffed to bits. Obviously, it's a shame we can't be there. You know, all tickets were booked and bought, and then obviously through the pandemic, we can't go. But I'm chuffed that it's gonna be done. You know, the players are gonna have their day at Wembley that they were promised last season. It might be 12 months late, but we're going, you know, and Pompey going back to Wembley, which is fantastic to see.
And Brendan, will we be talking to you discussing 3 points in 45? Well, about an hour's time, or will it just be the solemn one for you right now?
3 points all the way, but the boys have got this. Definitely.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much indeed for that. That was Brendan, who's joined us. We'll see you at half time. Sorry, it's been a long day. We'll see you at full time, mate. See you later on.
I might have a drink.
Mate, you're more than welcome to. All the more welcome. All the more welcome. Speak to you in 45.
Take care, boys.
Cheers, mate. See you in a minute. Right. Before we speak to Adam, Richard, and Sean, let's have a look at the half-time league table in League One. So it's all change at the moment. There's Hull City, who have made an impact given their win at the moment. They have now played the most games in the top half of the table. Pompey drop down to 5th place. Peterborough United go a place above us. Doncaster, again, with a win today, which means they are in a very healthy position. And let's speak to the man himself. Here he is. What have you made of that first half, my son?
Well, I don't think I've seen as much domination in the midfield for a very long time. Like that, the interceptions is just amazing. I mean, that might be Plymouth's fault, but they've just been great out there, to be honest. But it's just lacking in the final third, as we were saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, are you pleased with the way that the high press is stopping them from playing the way they want to?
Yeah,
they're not playing out the back like they normally would. They're having to think of different ideas, and those ideas aren't really working, are they?
I think they're really struggling out there without their captain as well, Edwards. Am I right? But yeah, I think they're really struggling to deal with our press, to deal with the strength in our players as well, and we intercept just unbelievably well.
Absolutely. Andrew, anything to add to
that? What the penetration in the final third is what worries me. 11 corners and 2 really good opportunities to set plays. That's possibly 13 scoring opportunities without doubt, isn't it? We haven't taken one of them. A bit close sometimes, but there hasn't been a post or a crossbar. The keepers had to make crazy saves, has there? It's a bit dull from that point of view, and I'm just a bit concerned that we've got to make it happen. What do we need to change to make it happen, Adam, do you think?
Well, yeah, I know that their best player is that Apoku guy from Fulham. He's just been absolutely amazing. I just think you need some more pacey players to really put them under pressure. I think maybe get Harrison off. We need to keep Marquis because he is strong and he will just bury a goal when it comes. But I think we do really need Williams on because he just runs and runs. Just run rings around them, I hope.
So would you swap him out then, Harrison for Williams?
I think Harrison for Williams would be my option. I think he's very hard working, but I don't know. We're doing well, but we're just not finishing. Maybe that's just the keeper having a good day.
Harness is for Harrison. You're saying Williams for Harrison?
Williams for Harrison. Yeah, I think Williams can play striker,
right.
But maybe he can sit behind Marquis.
Right.
I was going to ask you, Adam, if you were surprised to see that Harness had been included in the side ahead of Williams. I don't know.
I agree. I agree with what the other lad was saying he needs a rest. He's been playing well, Williams. But I think, we do need to inject some pace into the team with Harness. So, yeah, I think it was the right decision. But we've always got quality on the bench now that we can really press them with.
Does this look like another 3 points for you, mate?
By the looks of it, yeah. I don't see how they can really change it up unless they really change their team now. Like with the current team that they've got, I can't see them really turning it around.
Absolutely. There we go. Right, Adam, we will see you in probably 45. Just to confirm, you are around?
I am around for this, yeah.
Wonderful.
I'll hopefully see you with 3 points.
See you with 3 points, mate. Speak to you in a moment. That was Adam, who's very kindly joined us here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Sorry. Oh, Andrew's off. Let's speak to Richard in the meantime. Hope you're well, mate, and hope you've enjoyed that opening 45. We were speaking before the game. You said you weren't too worried about this one. Any concerns right now?
I think it's going to plan. I think 0-0 up to half time. What I thought it was going to be. What I do notice with them though, when they go forward, not that they've been forward very often, but they're very quick down the flanks. Get the ball in well to the edge of the box. But, thankfully they haven't got anybody at the moment who's willing to put a shot on target for them. But I think the only negative for us, I think, is every corner that we've had. I think, is it 11, 12 corners or something we've had? It's always in the same place, always just on the inside of the 6-yard box. Every single corner, whatever side it's from. And I think they're just reading it. They've got every single player in that box. It's so overcrowded, I say, we'll be very lucky, I think, to get a goal from a corner. If it comes out of the box, we got plenty of space there, haven't we, for somebody to drill it in. But yeah. I'm definitely not going with the 3-1 that I thought of it pre-match. I think, it's going to be a 1-0.
Yeah.
But who it's to, I would like to say us, but I think we need to change. I think Cannon, I don't think he's as productive as what he was on Tuesday night. But it's I say we just gotta have to wait and see. But very hopeful at the moment.
That's a good sign from Robin's Nest. As a pessimistic Argyle fan, we don't perform well in the second half. That's music to Pompey fans' ears. Does it say a lot about Pompey's first half performance that you would have thought, if you're a Plymouth fan, you'd be delighted with a draw out of this one full time?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And I think have they come here for the draw? That's the thing. So, but we are very quick, on the counter attack when they have come forward. Like I said, they got the 5 lads in midfield. They're pushing forward, and then literally we just drop a ball over the back. But it's just that with John and Ellis, it's just trying to get that bond between the two of them. It was mentioned in your commentary. Don't seem to pass together. They don't seem to sort of play off one another. It's eyes for goal, and that's it. I think the best link is Harrison. With Harrison coming in, he seems to link up well with John. Mentioned as well about Harrison. He played fantastically, I thought, on Tuesday, but now he seems to have sort of dropped his pace, and he doesn't seem to be, when he goes for the ball, it was mentioned about going up for the headers, everything seems to be half-hearted, so I think he needs to change. It was just mentioned a minute ago about Williams. Is it a case of we move Harness into the front two, drop Harrison, and then have Williams, fill in that void, that corner, and to start trying to whip the balls in.
Finally, Richard, I'll ask everyone this because it's a good way of gauging it, but do you think we'll be discussing a 3+ points at the end of this 45?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. We'll take that whichever way it comes, eh?
That's it, mate. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Speak to you at full time, Richard. Thanks for coming on.
Mate.
Cheers, mate. Right, let's speak to Retro Shirt Sean. How are you, mate? Hope you're all good.
Not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. Enjoying the game?
Yes, I have very much so as well. Can I ask, does it look like 10 points separate these two teams right now?
I think we're making it hard for ourselves. I think, about that many corners, that many set pieces, we should be making them count by now. And if we don't, then you get worried as the game goes on. And we should be ahead of them. 10 points. If you look at the way the teams are playing, we are dominating, catching the midfield and attacking nicely, but we're just not making not taking our chances.
Absolutely. Does the amount of corners versus the amount of goals scored worry you ever so slightly?
Ever so, yeah. If it was me, I'd give it 10 minutes and then I'd be thinking about changing up a little. I think Harrison, he's just not doing it at the minute. I'd take off one of the strikers. I think Harrison's the one I'd take off at the minute. And I'd bring Jacobs in behind, play that number 10 role that he should be playing. And then I'll bring Curtis on and see if he's got the appetite. And then another 10 minutes after that, and I'll be thinking Williams for Harness.
And that would replenish Kenny's change before the start of the game, wouldn't it? So would you say you'd give it the 10 minutes, but if you had your time again, if you were Kenny Jackett, would you have gone back to the start of the game and thought, actually, let's have Williams on the pitch instead of Harness, and then maybe make that change 60, 70 minutes in?
Maybe. I don't think Harness has done anything wrong. I think he's been pretty good. He's just, Williams seems to give you more energy. And I just think that as the game goes on, actually having that to bring on is not a bad thing, especially as their players start to tire. Full-time
score prediction, Retro Shirt Sean, what we're going for, mate?
Got to go for a 2-1 Pompey. I think they'll make us panic, but I think we'll win.
We'll take that. Thank you very much, mate. And we will see you at the full-time whistle. That was Retro Shirt Sean. We're going to speak to Aaron very quickly and we'll jump back on with Sam. The second half is just about to kick off. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Sorry it's taken me so long to get on the stream.
A bit late to the party.
Yeah, I know. I've been covered in fish and turtle poo all morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been rescaping my fish tank and everything. So it's like, it's just been a nightmare.
Quick as you can, mate. Thoughts on that first half?
I'm very confident with our players. A bit frustrating that we haven't scored. The amount of chances and corners and everything. I think Kenny be happy with the amount of corners, but corners don't matter anything. We need the goal. We definitely need the goal. And especially, I'm trying not to look at all the teams around us, but they all seem to be winning today. So it's just like, right, we need to get a goal. I can't see it be a big goal. I think it'll literally be a 1-0 win. And I think Ryan Williams, he comes on second half fresh legs and everything, and he's going to do a worldie. So it's like fingers crossed and everything. But we need to score an early goal because, like I said earlier on in the comments and everything, we're now playing week in, week out, Saturday and Tuesday until the end of the season. And I think it's the same for all the teams. So it's just like, yeah, we just got to keep on winning. Don't worry about all the other teams. We just got to concentrate on Pompey, and we just got to win.
It's crazy how it's got to that point, hasn't it? That if there is a postponed fixture, that will mean that we'll have to elongate the season even longer than it already is.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, let's punish the sloppiness in the second half, shall we? As Gary's quite rightly said. Aaron, we will speak to you at the full-time whistle. I want to get back to Sam and see what he's made of the first minute and a half. Please don't cover yourself in turtle poo in the next 45 minutes. You want to be discussing the 3 points for Pompey.
Well, I am all clean in that now, so but I see it full time.
Cheers, mate. Speak to you in a bit. That was Aaron, who very briefly joined us. Sam's back as well. Opening couple of minutes to this second half, mate. I saw there was a corner, but nothing more than that, really. What have you thought?
Yeah, no, good start from Pompey down that left-hand side again. Seems to be where all the good kind of play comes from. But yeah, another corner coming in, shock. Just didn't quite make anything of it. But yeah, again, just got to, I think, keep doing what we're doing. I think the goal will come, and give it 20 minutes. If it hasn't, maybe change it up. But yeah, just keep what we're doing for 20 minutes.
Nothing changed in terms of formation, Sam? No substitutes to report of, I understand?
No, I didn't see any.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the same.
That's fine. Here's Byron Moore now with the ball in his hands for Plymouth. I'm assuming you're 47, 34, 35?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm literally like 1 to 2 seconds in front.
That's what we want, mate. It's exactly what we want. The ball is back with Byron Moore. Doncaster Rovers were on level terms for a moment or two. They have now retaken the lead against Oxford United. It's 2-1 to the Rovers right now. And at Fratton Park, we are just about to tick over into the 48th minute. Craig McGilvery with a goal kick to take. And as we look to get off and underway once again for this second half and try and build on the sloppiness was a phrase that I saw pop up in the comments once or twice during those 15 minutes. Sam, I think you probably agree with that one.
Yeah, I don't think we played that badly, and I can't think of a game where we've dominated a team like we have with Plymouth. I just think it's that little moment of quality in the final third, which is we haven't had.
There's a chance for Marcus Harness here on the edge of the box as the ball comes over the top. It's cut back into the box, and that will be another corner, would you believe? That's number 13, is it, Sam?
13, yeah.
Number 13 for Pompey. Did well there, Marcus Harness, down the left-hand side. Had quite a lot to do and managed to win a corner for his troubles. If you're new to this sort of thing, boys and girls, make sure you subscribe down below. We'll keep you covered for the rest of the Pompey games to come. As Aaron said at half-time there, we've got Saturday, Tuesday, all the way up until May. So plenty to get your teeth stuck into with us as that corner comes in. And that is, oh, my word. It's a huge chance. Huge chance for John Marquis. There's a brilliant block from the keeper, and plays got going once again with Panuche Kamara. I'm going to avoid saying that name as much as I can. Not for any other reason. It's hard to pronounce. Ball comes across the box for Plymouth, and that one's dealt with.
I think Marquis has got to score there.
I know.
I appreciate he's probably got to try and put power on that, but it's literally point blank range there. Good opportunity again.
Marquis, yeah. It's literally the definition of point blank range there, Sam, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was basically on the line. And the reason he probably didn't score was because the ball come at him. He didn't have much pace on it. Whereas if the ball had been fired at him, he would have had something to kind of just glance his head off. But
yeah, absolutely. Nice little chat at half time with some of our guests. And what on earth is Marquis doing? Oh no, he's there. He's won it. There we go.
Oh, and he's got to be greedy. That's his problem.
Should have played it to Harness straight away, really.
Harness, isn't he? It's just that's my worry about Marcus. He wants to get on the score sheet so much. Strikers do, but you've got to be a little less selfish than that. He's not in a good scoring position there.
That was brilliant from Charlie Daniels, pressing from left back.
Yeah.
He was right up there.
A little under pressure, but he's he's a class act, mate. So pleased we've got him.
Even for just the half the season, because his age is going to be a problem. But I mean,
I half season left, haven't we?
There is a
Cannon's in there.
Cannon is in there. Plymouth working their way round, wriggling through the centre of midfield. There was Danny Mayer, good player for Plymouth actually, and there is a white man on the deck. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, should I? White and green man on the deck. It is their right back, Will Aimson.
Green and white.
Green and white. Well, white and green is white's the overriding colour there, isn't it? Away strip. Ipswich Town have doubled their lead against Blackpool. It is now 2-0.
Well, that's good news.
It is indeed. Ipswich getting their season back underway. It's been and
against Blackpool, who could be dangerous.
It's been a slow month or two for them, and Blackpool beat us, didn't they? 1-0 at their place. There we go. Doncaster Rovers have extended their lead as well. It's 3-1 to them at home to Oxford United. You were thinking before we went live that might have been a bit of an upset there, and
I thought a draw would take.
Well, it was a draw just before half time, but they've actually scored 2 goals in the opening couple of moments.
Have they, Doncaster?
I have indeed. Callum Johnson goes
dangerous. They are
goes in there. That is right. Isn't it? Was it a half time 1-1?
Yeah, but the Doncaster at their game against Lincoln the other Saturday, when our game got called off, they missed. They had 2 penalty saves, and apparently Lincoln were all over them. Lincoln deserved to be 3 or 4 goals up, but Doncaster really held on and managed to get the win. So they're not gonna. It's a good win for them today. Don't get me wrong, but you know it shows that game against Lincoln they really did kind of scrape the points there. They did well.
Absolutely. 52.5 minutes has been played. The referee blows up for a free kick in the foot. Oh, crikey! It's a bit of a
Andy
Cannon's he's getting things underway. Is what he's doing. It's Kellen Watt. Sorry,
yeah,
I think the referee's pulled it back.
They're taking their time on everything, aren't they?
Yeah, and the referee's going to take his time here and make sure things get underway. You can see exactly what Andy Cannon's doing there, just trying to keep things going, keep the pressure on.
Sam, is your old man drinking red wine at this present time or beer?
He's got a Heineken on the go.
Fortnight.
Other beers are available, by the way, Sam, if anyone's interested.
Just interested to know what he would be drinking this time of the afternoon.
He's got a Heineken on the go with my joggers on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Got a bad combo there.
Yeah.
We have to give him a free kick.
Yeah, for some reason, Lino blew up for a foul.
Harness is leaning in a bit, but
Harrison's
I'll
have to watch it again.
It's handball. He's put his hand on it.
Right. Opoku there with the free kick one for Plymouth. The ball is now back with Callum Johnson as he strolls into the setting sun at Fratton Park.
Sam, can you see Jack Watmore getting a place back in the side?
Good question.
Oh, I mean, after his last few performances, you'd say that James Bolton's definitely been more solid, more disciplined. Because Watmore obviously got 2 own goals and
well done, John.
That's a foul.
Red card in his last 2 games. I appreciate they're against good teams, but
yeah. Well, that was John Marcus was almost away there, but he has illegally worked his way to that ball, deemed by the referee. And we'll carry on again. Plymouth in possession. 54.5 minutes has been played here at Fratton Park. Sun is setting. Plymouth working the way through. Tom Naylor's there to intercept that one. And as Adam was saying at half-time, interceptions have been superb from Pompey. That one's hit a hand. The referee's going to deem that one to be able to play on. Michael Jacobs.
Excellent play out.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's a really good passage of play.
It's a good shout from the ref to keep us going as well. Michael Jacobs, ball into the box, and that one will be corner number 14 for Pompey. And one of these has got to come off, Sam.
You'd think so.
You'd like to think so.
You'd like to think so. Raggett strolling up.
This could be 0-0 if we're not careful.
As I said, I probably would give it to 65 minutes and then make a change. Try and
what would just you do?
Out. Ryan Williams is the one that's kind of screams out to me, just because he's been in good form recently.
The corner goes in and the keeper's beaten there. It's out to Cannon, edge of the box, shot outside of the boot. Protest from the Pompey players that one hit a hand. Referee says no. Harness has got to work hard now to get back there. But that's
a good ball.
It is a good ball. It's not a bad ball at all. Tyrese Forner now Blue shirts flying back. And I believe a formation's pretty much been restored now, and that one will be behind for a Plymouth Argyle corner. Bit of a break there, Sam, and Harness was well and truly beaten pace-wise.
Yeah, he was off, but I must say Pompey got numbers back very quickly. And towards the end of the attack, there was just like 2 Plymouth players up there with pretty much 9. There must have been 9 Pompey players back, so that's good tracking back, kind of quash that counter attack before it started. But yeah, another corner coming in. We just like us to maybe try something a bit different, because it is that same ball every single time now, same area, and it's just not maybe something towards the near post or a little bit further out. Try and get the second ball instead of that same corner coming in.
Absolutely. Hello to Age Charters. Your game's not working, so we came here, wasted £10. Well, we'll keep you covered for the rest of the afternoon. If you're new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe. We'll keep you covered for the rest of the games to come, as that one's far post for Plymouth Argyle. It's a header from Will Aimson, and that one's caught nicely by Craig McGilvery. Not too much pressure on that one. It was a free header in the box, Andrew, which might concern you.
A little bit concerned. What is Raggett doing there? And they're talking to Naylor saying, why don't you pick him up?
Was a free header, though.
Yeah, but one of those two's got to be picking him up, haven't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ball is now with Plymouth in their defensive half. Michael Jacobs trying to work the ball back off them. Okay. Sean Raggett will take this one down, and there's still a Pompey throw in.
I know Alan said he's been really solid for us. I was talking to Alan on the phone last night about Raggett. For me, still makes too many schoolboy errors, like giving that corner away there when he wasn't under too much pressure for that one. This one where he's knocked it back. Luckily, he's got a throw in out of it, but he's a liability, fellas. I've got to say to you, although he does some really hard, good stuff, he's still 95% for me.
Would you prefer him in the side because of his good things, or would you prefer him out because of the errors he makes?
He's a tough guy, isn't he? And you need those people in there, as well as the skillful players. You need referee.
That's tough to take, that one for Harness, because he done all the hard work and then
he stuck his boot out, though, mate.
Well, I don't know if he did. It just looked like a collision to me. It all happened rather quickly. Let's have a look and watch back.
I think he stuck his boot out, mate.
I think he was always going to go down, no matter what happened.
There's not a lot in that for me. Not a lot in that for me at all.
Yeah, there's not a lot in it, but it's one of them where you almost want Harness as he gets to the ball to just pull out.
Pull out a bit. Yeah. If he pulls out a bit and goes down.
Yeah.
One hell of a game this afternoon at Stadium MK. It is now MK Dons 2, Sunderland 2. So level terms there at the moment. Kenny Jackett giving some orders out to...
He's not. He's asking questions.
Well, I don't know if he's... We never know what he's saying. Well, Sam can probably hear more than we can because we're on mute at the moment. But
Jacobs injured.
He is. I think he might be, actually, yeah. Got sure Luke O'Nien got the goal for Sunderland at Stadium MK. It will be a substitution.
Curtis then, isn't it?
Jacobs off, I believe, and Curtis is coming on. There he is.
To prove yourself, Curtis, son. Show us your thighs.
Did you make of that, Sam? An enforced change, but perhaps one that Ronan Curtis would have wanted to happen from the very start of the game.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's a big chance for him, and he'll be wanting to get that winning goal, because if he does it, he's got to really stake a claim, because he's just been a little bit out of form, and it's given Jacobs that opportunity, which he's taken to come into the team. So, yeah, I'd just like to see Curtis just relax on the ball and not try and do everything himself, because I appreciate that's what he's good at, but I'd like to see him just be a little bit more like Jacobs, a little bit of guile, a bit of craft, clever movement, instead of trying to beat every single player.
I did say, I think it was at Ipswich, that Curtis showed that he is not as greedy as we thought he was in the box when he squared it. I think it's for Marcus to score, wasn't it? Or Harness?
Williams scored at Ipswich.
Yeah, Williams. He squared it for Williams to score rather than try and take the opportunity himself, which I thought was...
I'm not sure if that's a foul there in terms of... it was given for Pompey anyway, but the free kick
out for their keeper.
The free kick that followed came to nothing, and that ball is out to Ryan Hardy.
A throw from their keeper was over the halfway line to their.
He's still got it here, Hardy. He's working his way.
Get out to him.
Finds another.
Get him in the box then.
Plymouth player. They do work their way into the box, and in the end, it's It's almost last ditch from James Bolton, but luckily that one didn't bounce out for a corner, and Pompey can go again. But that did look a little bit...
It's dangerous, mate, because we're standing off.
It's Hardy had plenty of the ball there, Sam, and was able to work his way right across the box with that one.
Yeah, I think that was maybe... what's his name? Daniel's 34-year-old legs didn't really fancy it down the line with him, so he just showed him inside and let one of the midfielders deal with him, but just no one seemed to get close to him, really. And then...
This is the thing. Look at the space we're giving them. We're just letting them play the ball through. We've got to make those tackles. Get into him now. Why are we standing off them?
We're
waiting for them to pass the ball before we move. Look, get into him, Harness.
I would say that Harness is not the one you want defending the ball.
I would say, but the back, even Raggett. This occasions like this, Raggett does get stuck in. Watch Harness. Watch Marcus. He'll get stuck in.
Marcus will be chasing it, trying to irritate them.
Cannon will as well, but the defence has got to come out. They've got to make those tackles before they get a shot away, mate.
Is this anger because it's still 0-0 from you?
No, it's not anger. It's just frustration.
Ball over the top for Plymouth Argyle there.
This is a danger
cut back. Oh, it's a
superb tackle.
It was a superb tackle. It was a great challenge that went in.
That's as good a tackle as you'll see. That was if he mistimes that, it's a penalty or a goal.
Mm.
That was
Raggett has done really well there.
He has done well. And he's broken a guy's leg.
Ryan Hardy's going to need a little bit of treatment after that one. It was a superb challenge. And he just, I don't know. I think initially the standoff from Raggett was in order so he could be there to...
He won the ball and the guy stepped on his foot, didn't he?
Yeah, he was all alone in the middle of the box, actually. And crikey, yeah. Sean Raggett, what a hero.
That's a great tackle. It's normally worth putting your right foot on it at that angle because he's got his left foot out, and that could be crucial, couldn't it?
Quite an interesting one from Andrew. He said, make your mind up about Raggett. There we go. We weren't quite singing his praises a couple of minutes ago,
we're not
were we?
making our mind up about him. We've said that he's 95%, and that shows that 95% of his game there. He's just, for me, can be a bit...
own goal scoring.
Not necessarily, because that's Jack's game, isn't it? No, it just I just think he
did score against
a liability
Ipswich,
for 5% of his game. The rest of it was great. And some of the we said earlier, my mind about Jack Raggett. If you said would I have Jack Watmore or Raggett, I'd have Jack Watmore. That's the way I look at it. But I just think a little bit more composure. That's the word I was looking for. When you won the ball, when you've got a little bit more time, you don't seem to have too much time on the ball.
Okay. We'll take that. 64 minutes has been played now, ladies and gents. If you're just joining us, a very good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome along to Fournilwrittenalloverit. If you're new to this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe down below and also leave us a like because we're heading up towards the 100 like mark now. And there's plenty of you that I'll like it as well. But make sure you drop the stream a like as Marcus Harness is working his way to the edge of the box now. It's a shot and it's well wide. You could park a bus between where the ball ended and the stick of the goal. But that will be a corner ball for Pompey. Corner number 15, I believe.
Hardy guy's back on the pitch, but he is hobbling.
Might need to be a substitution for Plymouth there.
Moving well.
And Curtis is now back on corners. Sticks his hand in the air and Harness isn't in the box at all. And that one, it's not a bad delivery. Ellis Harrison got close to it. And for some reason, iFollow is telling us that the Jacobs Curtis changes happened. That was almost 5 minutes ago now. And Harrison again with the opportunity. Curtis, edge of the box. Harrison, get it from under his feet. Can Curtis get a shot away?
And Harrison?
No, he can't. Again, everyone trying Harness. God. Bang, bang, bang from Pompey. Nothing's going in.
This is where they're dangerous, Tom.
Unless Callum Johnson can do anything about it, and he can't. Ball is still with Plymouth Argyle, and there is that space on the far side of the pitch.
Don't let him get in the box. Oh.
And he is in the box. Andy Cannon takes a swipe. Ball goes in. Oh, is there a hand there, referee? I think there might have hit a hand. Plymouth still with the ball, edge of the box, shot, and it's over the crossbar. And that one will be a corner. And that was pressure mounting there. And that's what Luke Jetcott can do, Sam.
Yeah, Plymouth been a lot more clinical on the break, if you like. They're actually looking to counter attack this half. They seem to have changed their philosophy somewhat, which I didn't actually expect. They are just kind of maybe sitting in a little bit more and trying to catch us on the break.
Here comes that subsequent corner, comes in from Connor Grant. It's not a bad delivery. Tom Naylor with the initial header away, and Harness will work his way out there.
Stay with him.
And he will stay with him. And that's dealt with well, actually, in the end. Callum Johnson has got time on the ball in order to assess his options and choose what he does next.
And he lumps it.
Well, he aims a ball towards John Marquis, who will run on to the end of it. It's a foul from the referee. He blows up on John Marquis and he vents his anger. 66.5 minutes played now. Here come Plymouth once again. Still a little crack of sunlight shining through the corner of the Fratton End and South stand as Plymouth work their way out to this far side. Here come 3 on more, and that will be another corner for Plymouth Argyle. Charlie Daniels was the one that lost out on that occasion.
Must be said, I think it's a good game of football with two good teams.
Yeah, I agree.
Played at a good intensity.
It'd better one if we were winning, though, Sam.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Batten down the hatches moment, perhaps, for Pompey, Sam, right now?
Yeah, just see the pressure out, which they're doing well at the moment.
And that corner didn't beat the first man. Ellis Harrison was there to head away.
Is it
Andy Cannon, actually, working his way back. And Harness is the furthest man up the pitch for Pompey.
We've got to get some composure, get back on the game, get back on the ball.
Andy Cannon, that's almost a brilliant ball that Curtis will chase. Breon Moore has got it back to his keeper, Cooper, and that one will be back up the pitch. No real pressure on the ball from Charlie Daniels. He will just simply watch that one go out of play and very quickly take the throw in. Cleverly done by the ex-AFC Bournemouth man. And Pompey go again. Far side of the pitch. Tom Naylor receives the ball. He probably wasn't expecting it. First time touch to Charlie Daniels. Ball played on the floor.
From Daniels.
And Marquis has done well, and the referee will definitely blow up for a foul there. It was Curtis. He's nudged his man, gained an advantage. Not happy about it. And there is the substitution. Ryan Hardy coming off in place of...
bringing on the little guy.
Yeah, Ellis. How do you know that?
You see him in the background.
Quick. Oh, right, there you go. It is Ellis Harrison who's coming off, and Harvey White who will be making his way onto the pitch. Ennis is the replacement for, what's his name? Ryan Hardy. Sam, Harrison for White? What's Kenny's thinking there?
Maybe just to give us a bit more of a foothold in the midfield, because I do think this second half for a little, especially counter-attacking, they've kind of just had those opportunities. So it might just be to give us a bit more of a foothold in midfield and try and potentially maybe carve an opening out instead of trying to rely on a corner or a set piece. Or then again, he's got a good set piece on him as well, so a good range of passing. So maybe to move the ball a bit quicker. But yeah, excited to see how he does.
Here he is getting his first little piece of the action there, and that will be a Plymouth set piece that will be taken quickly. And again, it's that left-hand side that's looking dangerous. Harvey White was wrong-footed initially, but I think he probably saw that one trickling out of play. That will be a Plymouth Argyle throw-in on this near side. Probably right about in line where our seats are at Fratton Park. It's that chance again, Andrew. Came in from Callum Johnson. Pinball bit in the box. It's so messy, isn't it? Unbelievably messy.
This is
John Marquis. Tom Naylor now. Marquis again. Andy Cannon's lost out there. He has lost out. Here comes the ball in. Loads of space. Oh, gotta be. Yes, it is. There's the opener. Oh, my word.
I thought he was about 4 yards offside, but maybe not.
Might have to see that one back. But it's
giving it anyway.
Plymouth Argyle. Talk about a poacher. Johnny on the spot. That is not good news. 70 minutes played. Is Luke Jetcott.
Pompey, their own worst enemy there, really. Didn't really. Let's have a look. Yeah, come off a Pompey player.
Just about came off a Pompey leg, I think. Yeah.
He's onside, I think.
So watch that one again. Yeah, that's not good news at all.
Ultimately, this is one where you don't take your chances in the first half, get punished. But yeah, that was that play in our own half there. I don't quite know what we were doing. We just gave it straight back to them.
Here we go, Marcus Harness now. Things aren't quite falling for him, and this will be another opportunity for Plymouth Argyle to attack. And that's a foul by Andy Cannon. He's probably going to have a bit of a talk into. It'll be a yellow card, in fact, for Pompey's number 14. I think he's probably expecting it there as well. Let's have a look. Quite sure what to make of that one. But his name has been taken nonetheless. And it's an opportunity on the edge of the box.
What's up with this home form, boys? I can't quite work it out.
It was a fortress for a long time, Sam, wasn't it? We went unbeaten at home for a year or two, I think it was. Do you remember when we it was the loss in the playoffs, wasn't it, against Sunderland? And then for quite a while after that, we didn't end up losing a game. Danny May is standing over this one.
Mayo.
There's still 20 minutes here, good 25 minutes maybe to get back into this game. So
that's a waste of a free kick there, actually, from Danny May.
But Sam, a draw at home to Plymouth, or a loss at home to Plymouth would be worse, but a draw was not good enough for me.
No.
Looks like a big old mountain to climb if you still want to win out of this one, Andrew. 53 minutes now. It's not what we wanted, was it? It's come at a really bad time. Harvey White looking to make things happen for Pompey. Opts to go back to Sean Raggett. I don't know what he was quite doing over there. Harness. Poor first touch.
Well, it was a difficult touch, wasn't it? But...
Tom Naylor now. Pompey captain looking to calm things down a little bit. All those chances, Sam. It's so frustrating. Here's Curtis, though.
Curtis needs this. That play there. It's so naive. He's not going to win the ball. Why foul him? Give him a free kick, get him up the pitch. It's so naive. Look there. Just don't do anything to give him the chance to do that.
To be fair, I don't think he did too much.
Yeah.
I think he just fell over, and then that's what they're looking for. Isn't it?
He's looking for it, but don't give him the chance. Just don't even try, because he's not going to get that. He's not going to win that ball.
Okay, just over 15 minutes to go in this one now, and there is a lot of time left, Sam, as you said, but
I don't necessarily. A point's not a good enough result. And it is frustrating given the first half, because I thought we should have at least been 1-up, maybe even 2-0 up in that first half. And the goal, we've just gifted it to them in a really dangerous area. So,
yes, you don't sound happy behind me.
Well, I said earlier, Tom, 15 minutes ago, that we're not closing them down quick enough. We're letting them play with the ball just outside of our area. And we're not. We're still giving them too much space and a little bit too much respect. I think we should. They're breaking quickly, aren't they? Because they can. Because we're giving them time to do so. Look at that stray pass then from Charlie Daniels. It's got to be to a blue shirt. Every time they pass the ball, to be fair to Plymouth, they're quick, they're away, aren't they? We're not. We're not off the pace. We're off the pace, aren't we? We said in the first half, 12 corners in the first half, you've got to score from them, mate. Otherwise, you could rue it. And that's what tends to happen sometimes, isn't it? Frustrating as it may be, we're the better side for sure, but look at this guy's just...
Plymouth playing with all the confidence in the world as well.
It would be now, aren't they?
Looking extremely frustrated. I agree with you. Marcus is down on the ground. 76 minutes has been played now. Interesting one from Callum Thompson said, we really need to cash in on Curtis next transfer window. I feel as if we have better options available. He always thinks he's the best player. Hinders the team a lot of the time. And Adam said that Ronan would upset our tempo. Do you think that's what he's done, Sam?
Yeah, well, ever since he's come on, we just haven't been able to put a string of passes together, really. I mean, you look at Jacobs, who actually managed to put some passes together. It looked like we could actually build something and create something. I'd certainly look to cash in on Curtis if this form continues, because someone will come and pay big money for him, and there are plenty of options to go and pick up another promising winger from a League One club or a League Two club, or even one from a Championship club. So I wouldn't be against that, because I just don't think at the moment it's working. Since he's come on, we haven't just not looked half the team we were in that first half.
Excuse the pun here. I know these are two teams that play relatively close to the sea, but Pompey have had the wind taken from their sails very much since the goal's gone in. That's to be expected. We're 77 minutes into this one now. Time is ticking, and Craig McGilvery will look to take his goal kick as quick as he possibly can, and rightfully so. And that's pretty much avoided absolutely everyone. And that'll be out for a Plymouth throw-in.
Bit of a painful watch at the moment, boys.
Not much fun, is it? All at sea. That's much better than my knock the wind from the sails, William. So thank you for that. Is it fair to pick out Ronan Curtis as the reason for Pompey's downfall in this second half, Sam?
No, not necessarily. I'd say that it's probably more on the fact that Jacobs has come off, and he was at the heart of most of the good things we were doing. So it's not necessarily Curtis coming on. It's not him totally, but the team just have lost all sort of momentum there in the first half, which is frustrating, because
we've got to keep hold of the ball and play some football like we were in the first half, as you say, Sam. I might get Williams on for 15 minutes. Bit of pace.
Perhaps that was needed from the start.
I think Williams is the obvious sub now to get him on. But
they're going down for every challenge now, just wasting as much time as they can. They want to nick this 1-0, don't they? Watch this.
It's just got to stop conceding silly little fouls, haven't we? It's not going to help us at all. It's just
wasting time, isn't it? Clock's ticking.
Clock's ticking, and also it's just not the way to play the game, really, is it? Anyway,
we just lost all sort of flow. There's no real togetherness. It just looks like a kind of the team just looks completely disjointed.
It was working quite well for large parts of the game, wasn't it? And that'll be a foul for Pompey. I'm surprised he didn't actually blow previously for one in favour of Luke Jepcott. Here come Pompey, though. First time we've really seen some positive action, and then that ball is sent over, and Andrew's reaction tells you all you need to know. Ronan Curtis puts his hand up in apology, but here we go. AFC Wimbledon have converted a penalty against Wigan Athletic, courtesy of Joe Pigott. It is now Wigan 2, AFC Wimbledon 3 in that one. And there is Ryan Williams, Sam. Reckon he's the man to change things?
Yeah, it's the obvious substitution now. To be fair, I probably would have put him on over Curtis at this rate, because he's just completely lost it, really.
There goes Harvey White. No foul given from the referee, and that will be Byron Moore's throw-in to take. 10 minutes of regulation time left in this one, plus whatever's added on at the end of the game. You're watching a Fournilwrittenalloverit live stream with myself, Andrew, and Sam. We are taking you through the next 10 minutes or so. Marcus Harness, John Marquis. This is looking positive from Pompey. There goes in the ball.
Oh,
Charlie Daniels with 2 bites at the cherry there. Neither of them came off for him.
Handball, wasn't it?
And here come Plymouth Argyle. This looks dangerous. Ball goes in. Oh, it's another one. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Again, Luke Jepcott
that's fucking shocking.
scored his second of the afternoon on 80 minutes. Sorry, you've got a question there. Was that a handball at the other end? We probably won't get to see it.
No, I do think it does matter to have a look at what the end, because it's the game flips on that. If that's a penalty or we score, let's have a look. It does look like it hits his hand, but
it does. It hits both hands,
but it looks like it's both of them. And if that's a penalty, they don't score the goal. So, fair play to Plymouth. They've completely changed the way they've played this second half. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. The first half, they were trying to play a certain way and it wasn't working. They've gone in second half, tried to absorb some of the pressure, be compact, and it's really worked for them. They've done well and deserved of their lead for this second half performance. Again, you have to question the substitutions from what we're trying to do with them and why we're bringing players who are out of form on. And we've got 2 players on the bench who are in form and they're not on. He almost like he's playing Harvey White as like a left mid.
I don't know why Curtis looks like the furthest man up the pitch at points, Sam. Andrew, what's happened to our home form? Why has it all gone down the pan so suddenly? And now Naylor's not happy at all. My word. He's straight out of it, the captain. I don't know quite what happened there. A little bit of handbags. Well, we'll probably get a replay of it in a moment, but it was a challenge on Tom Naylor that he's going to want to talk to the referee. Probably be it's going to be a booking for him. Anyway, we're live across YouTube and Facebook this afternoon, and this is not the result that Pompey want. If you're new to this sort of thing, then drop us a subscribe because it's the only good thing that's going to come out of this afternoon. 6.5 minutes now on the clock to go. It'll be a substitution, a brace for Luke Jepcott. He won't be able to add to his account anymore. For some reason,
he's taking love letters onto the pitch.
Woods has brought on a piece of paper. He probably said jack it out. No, I'm joking. Didn't say jack it out.
Jeffcott got to be fuming on a hat trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to be happy enough. Like 2-0 away from home at our place. They're happy, aren't they? The strange thing is, we're probably much better side than they are, to be honest. But they look much more composed and on the break, don't they, than we are. We're all over the freaking place. Look, ping pong, isn't it? When they get the ball, they cut through us.
Cannon tried to show a bit of composure there.
What's the passing? Look at this. Look at it. We're pathetic, aren't we, comparably?
I think the second half performance has been pathetic, but the first half I thought we actually passed it quite well. But I just think it hinges on Michael Jacobs coming off.
Sam, does that ask the question? Do you ask yourself the question? It seems that other managers have the tactical nonce at half time to realise what's happening in the game and then change it to their favour. Does that tell you something?
Oh, hold on a second. Curtis has won it back here. Could be in. Got to be. Curtis, back of the net, 2-1.
He scored.
Oh,
sorry, Andrew. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh, my word. That's excellent news. That's
always said he was brilliant.
Curtis, Sam,
we've got to give him some credit for that. He's come on the pitch and done something special.
Yeah, we were all criticising massively a moment ago. But that's a little bit of hope, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that moment. That's what you get from Curtis, that moment of brilliance. He might not do too much.
Yeah. Well, look at his fighting for it. He's fighting for it. And he said, come on in.
Oh.
Then he wasn't
Still
going to
got 5 minutes here. Plymouth taking their striker off. There's an opportunity to squeeze a point out of this, which I know isn't isn't the result we want. But
take a point
right now. You just take anything from the game, wouldn't you?
Run.
Yeah, and run far away and never go back. Hopefully this will be the second and final time that we played Plymouth, and hopefully for quite a long time. 4 minutes left of the 90, and then whatever's added on at the end. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gents. Andy Cannon now for Pompey.
Keep calm. That's what we need
Yeah,
to do.
you got to keep calm. Tom Naylor.
Come on, move for him.
Harness.
Where's he going? He's walking into trouble. Look, there's the ball.
There is the ball. Quite rightly so. Harvey White, edge of the D. Andy Cannon.
Go on, Andy, son.
Go on, work your way through. Onto the right foot. Curtis. It's deflected. It's over that far side. Will he keep it in play? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Harness. Ball across. Oh! There it is. James Bolton.
Let's go.
Oh! James Bolton. Oh, off the back of two fantastic performances.
Who was it?
Kenny Blackett is doing a little dance on the touchline.
Never in doubt.
Oh, my word.
Never in doubt.
Who was it? Raggett or Bolton? My dad's got money on it.
Raggett. Sorry, Bolton, Sam. I think it's Bolton.
No, it's Raggett.
No, it was.
It's Raggett.
Come on. This is good. I can't believe they've got back into this.
Oh, wow. My word.
Pompey got to go try and get the win. Got to go for the win. Plymouth
Got to go for it now.
Plymouth has taken everything off.
I'll say it again. Hold the front page, hold the back page, and don't go anywhere, ladies and gents. We're in for an interesting couple of minutes.
Well, Curtis could have done better there. He could have done a lot better there with that ball.
How on earth?
You've got this is one of these things you've got to question what Ryan Lowe's doing with those substitutions. You know, I know. You know they had opportunities there to make it 3 and 4.
They've come from 2 behind. They're drawing 2-2 at Fratton Park. And all of a sudden, the next 2 minutes and then what's ever added on, Sam, crucial right now. Charlie Daniels. The goal going down to James Bolton one, Sam.
James Bolton, Dad.
Yeah, I know.
Which I think is a bit of an injustice to Sean
Sam,
Raggett, actually.
I heard your dad in the background there. He didn't sound too happy about that.
Ladies and gents, if you're brand new to this sort of thing, drop us a subscribe down below and like the stream for a bit of good luck for Pompey because, well, we need some fortune now.
We're starting to play the football, Tom, and they've seemed to have run out of ideas and gas, haven't they? So
Pompey have actually started playing in the last kind of 5 minutes of the game.
That's good from Marcus. And that's a good ball too.
It's a great ball. Can Harness get on the end of it? No, he can't.
That's a shame.
And there is now 45 seconds of normal time left in this one.
What's the score at their place? 1-1, wasn't it?
It was actually this scoreline 2-2. Ladies and gents, keep it 4-0 written all over it for the next couple of moments. Plymouth making a substitution. We were 2-0 down with it was 82 minutes on the clock, wasn't it? And by the 87th minute, it was 2-2.
Tell you what, we owe them one to nick it in the last minute, don't we?
Kamara's come off. Lewis has come on.
Sam can sit 2 minutes before us.
Because he can't sit 2 minutes before us. He's a couple of seconds ahead of us. And we have an extra 5 minutes at Fratton Park. And it's a big 5 minutes. 5 minutes of the season, Sam, perhaps, so far? Go and
to
get
be honest,
that pace.
2-0 down with however long left. You've got to just take a point. But there is another chance in this, definitely. Just who it comes for. At the moment, we're more likely. We've just got that moment of quality. There will be another chance.
It's got to be on the money if the chance comes. That is our throw-in. Big couple of minutes to go here at Fratton Park. Got that funny, nervous, tingly feeling. Andy Cannon. You can see on the stream all three of us hesitantly leaning forward. John Marquis, Harvey White, threads a ball through. Harness, back to White. Naylor, Marcus Harness. He's got an option to his right-hand side. Will he pick it? No, he won't. He'll go it alone. Ball goes in.
Oh, he's got his foot on it. That. Oh, Puku. Oh, Coco Puku. Puku.
Andy Cannon.
He's been good for them, that Apoko.
He has been brilliant for them. But he would be. He's a Fulham player, isn't he? So
don't touch.
Oh, Curtis with the chance there.
Go on, stay with him. Stay with him. Well done, Ronan.
He's done well to keep that in. Ball goes in. And just over everyone's head. It's not a good ball, but not an awful lot of options in the box for him.
Hard work and then
you almost wanted to go on his own there. You know, he's done the hard work. Take that next defender on, you know.
Absolutely. Desire-wise, though, Sam, what an endeavour from Pompey to get back in it with 83 minutes on the clock and being 2-0 down.
They thought they'd won it, didn't they?
That's
and it must be said, like we haven't really seen that often as well, which has been good. Like the whole game, the Lincoln game, didn't really look like getting back into the game. Like especially the whole game didn't look like getting back into it at all. So,
to be fair, we were down to less men, weren't we?
Yeah.
This could have been another whole game, though, couldn't it? If
easily.
Go on, Danny. Go on, Charlie boy.
Ronan Curtis working his way towards the edge of the 18-yard box, digs out a ball. It's not a bad chance there.
Where's he going with that?
Took a bit of a deflection, and that will go out for a... Will it? Lino's probably going to call it, and it will be a corner ball, says referee.
Come on, Andy Cannon's taking it down to the corner. What's he doing there?
No, I'm not quite sure. Maybe
a quick one,
perhaps just readying himself.
What's moaning, isn't it? Let's take that, surely. Cannon's taking it, isn't he?
Ladies and gents, if you're just joining us, we're in the dying embers of this one now. Drop us a like and subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff as the ball goes in. Curtis brings it down on his chest, gets a shot away, and it's selfish of Ronan Curtis there.
Trying to be a hero, isn't he?
I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do.
That's the danger of dropping players like him, though, isn't it?
I must say that, the last few minutes he's really come to life, but haven't seen this at all.
The problem is you drop players like Curtis, I think, Sam, if I may say, this is a danger of the rotation and dropping players when they haven't had such a good game, and Kenny's good at doing that, and he doesn't care, really, to be fair to him. He drops them if they have a couple of bad games, doesn't he? The danger is when they try too much, they try too hard, especially strikers. They try too much to be the hero, and when there's other better options.
Harness working his way down this right-hand side. He tries to string a ball to Callum Johnson, but it's not to be, and there's a turnover in possession.
Get the ball back, Pompey.
And Pompey do need to... It's walking the tightrope between keeping hold of the ball, Sam, going for the attack, and also making sure that you're keeping things tight at the back too, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you don't want to gift them anything. But to come...
They're just taking
85 minutes, you have to take it.
They're going to take a point here, aren't they?
Burton Albion have scored against Hull City. It is 1-0 in the last moment.
We did say that was going to happen today.
Maybe not such a bad point.
Maybe not such a bad point.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Two more would be perfect, wouldn't it? McGilvery's got to whack this up into their box, hasn't he?
He's got to give one more, surely.
Is there one final opportunity in this one for Pompey?
What's that?
And there we go. That is it. Final score. Pompey 2, Plymouth Argyle 2. God, we were sat on the edges of our seats for probably 10 minutes, and I've never been more nervous sat here watching a game from home, Sam, in the last couple of months that we've had to watch Pompey from a distance. Give us a brief description of what you've seen before your eyes, because there's quite a lot to go through, isn't there?
Yeah, First of all, I think it's a brilliant game of football, and I've really enjoyed watching it. It's been fun to watch.
You're on your own.
Obviously, Pompey should have been 1 or 2 goals ahead at half time. In all honesty, with that dominance we had, the corners, the chances. Again, second half, Plymouth changed their philosophy. They've come out, they've been solid. They've got us on the counter attack twice. And fair play to their manager for doing that. I didn't expect him to do that, but he changed the way they were playing, because it was just causing them a lot of problems. For us to be
Plymouth,
for us to be 2-0 down with, for us to be 2-0 down with for us to be 2-0 down with whatever.
Don't they?
Go on, Sam. Sorry,
Sam.
Oh, say that again, mate. We lost you for a second.
All right, yeah, no, for us to be 2-0 down with however long, was it 5-6 minutes left, and to get back into it, I don't necessarily think it's a bad result. With Hull losing as well, that's a big point. Well, did you say they're 1-0 down? Because I've got the scores up now. It says 0-0.
They were 1-0 down at the time. I don't think that's been updated on iFollow. I haven't got a full score on that one either. But as it stands, Hull is still 1 down.
Yeah, so that could be a big result. We've got a nice run of fixtures coming up. You'd probably say Plymouth was the toughest one out of all of them. So yeah, we have to capitalise against Swindon on Tuesday. That's a big one, because they're really struggling. They've lost again today at home. Yeah. If you said to me, I would have snapped your hand. I would have snapped your hand off if you said to me 2-2 when they went their second goal at home. We actually looked like the team that was going to get the winner at the end there as well. So yeah, looking at the league table. So looking at the league table, obviously Doncaster have gained some points on us today, but we've got a game in hand on Hull, and obviously we're only 3 points behind them now. So
I'll tell you what, Sam. If you hold that thought, we'll share it with the rest of the viewers. Here we go. So there you go. Their full-time score. Lincoln City at the top there. 25 games played, 51 points. Hull City, there you go. Still, I'm not sure if that's been updated or not, but there we go. Doncaster Rovers and Pompey slipped to 5th right now, but that did look like a key point to get back in the mix. Doesn't look too bad right now from a Pompey point of view. I can confirm it's finished 3-2 at St James's Park, which is good news. Let me just quickly check for you on the league table there. I'm just going to refresh one more time, because I feel like they're 48 points for Hull instead of 49 that you just saw there. But it's looking congested up there, Sam. Just sort of 3 points between Hull, Doncaster, Peterborough, Pompey, all in sort of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Right now, are you pleased with how the table's looking in League One?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's frustrating from where we were at Christmas. Obviously, those 2 defeats have cost us a little bit, but you have to say the teams we've played, even Charlton and Plymouth, I think they're good teams. And you're looking at our next fixtures, we've got Swindon, Crewe away, Bristol Rovers at home. Those are games where we've got to go and get 3 points from each of them. Especially the home games, we've struggled against in our last 3 home games. Swindon coming on Tuesday night, they're 4th bottom, along with Bristol Rovers the following Tuesday. They're big opportunities, and any team that puts a run together in that top 4 or 5 teams will get into the top 2. It's just about when that run comes, and I do think Pompey have got another. We tend to do this. We go on like winning streaks or winning runs. I do think we've got one of them in us quite soon. It just wasn't going to start today, which is disappointing, because I think it should have started today. Because I don't think many people would say Plymouth were a better side than us. I just think the second half, the tactics and certain things went a certain way, which dictated the result of the game. But to come from 2 goals down with however long was left, it was a couple of less than 10 minutes left. It's a good result. And Ronan Curtis deserves some credit as well, actually, because he was kind of the instigator for that comeback as well. So yeah, and James Bolton actually deserved his goal as well. He deserved that. Right.
Well, Sam, thank you very much indeed for joining us, mate. that is it from Sam. We're going to speak to our guests who are very patiently waiting. I'm going to get through you as soon as we possibly can. Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Your commentary was superb and your presence was even better, as well as your company. Send our regards to your dad as well. And if you're sticking around, we'll get your dad and my dad on a little chat like they did last week or however long it was ago. All right, mate. Bear with us 1 second. We'll speak to you later on.
Sweet. See you later, boys.
There we go. That was Sam who's joined us for commentary. Let's go straight to Adam. Mate, and breathe.
I was getting tense, clammy hands and everything. I was seeing it in the chat, scroll across. It was like, it scored another one. And I was just like, I was willing to just like blame Curtis. And then he came up with that goal. It was like a bit more redeeming. And then, it feels good, but it's so annoying. I'm glad Hull dropped points essentially in the big grand scheme of things, but I just need to breathe. That was a roller coaster, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you not think just Hull dropping points? We're all sort of looking at them as the target. I said to Tom earlier in the season and since the game when they beat us, I don't see them staying there. I don't think they're that good, Hull. I don't think they are. I think Lincoln are better and Doncaster are certainly better than them. And I think you've got Peterborough in there who play some good football as well. So there's some three or four teams in there, I think, that probably, to be fair, play as good a football as we do, if not better on occasions. And Hull, I don't think, are one of them. So it would have been great if the other teams dropped points as well, but clearly they haven't. We're not running out of games, but there's a few left. We've got to win the next two, I think. And do you agree with that, Adam?
Yeah, it's we've got some good games up ahead, but yeah, they're just some great teams ahead of us. We've really got to be winning the next couple of games. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. It really isn't.
Can I ask that? We've just said that we've got some easy games ahead, but I'm sat here.
Easier games.
Easier games. Yeah, I'm sat here I'm just thinking this is very much glass half full, glass half empty. Sorry, so bear with me on this one. But given the margin of error is so tight in this league right now, did that really need to be 3 points today against a team in 14th position? What do you reckon?
I mean, we knew that they were a bogey team. Plymouth, we'd always do sort of struggle against them. It's not the easiest games going there or them coming to us. It's always, it is like a rivalry to an extent. But yeah, it's always a tough game no matter where they are in the league, even if they're bottom or near the top of the table. I'd say, yeah, they're a lot harder than the other ones we're going to face sooner, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Adam, we'll let you shoot off, mate, because I know it's gone past 5 o'clock now. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. Have a great night, mate. And you're not about for Swindon, are you?
I probably won't be, no, mate.
It's all right. I don't think I really want to be either after going through that this afternoon. I don't think I can manage it. Anyway,
chat, then I'll swing you a message.
No worries, mate. Speak to you soon. That was Adam Poirier, who's one of the best surnames around. Let's go to Richard now. And Richard, we thought we'd be celebrating the 3 points, mate. Not quite, but not a bad comeback, that one.
Yeah, it was a good comeback. I'm glad my mic wasn't turned on for our second goal, because I think I'd have blown the speakers off me, and they're jumping for joy. But I think when Curtis came on, he was a bit lacklustre, I think, to start with. But I think he seemed to be the only player that was the determination to actually be creative with the ball. Because when Harvey White was on, there didn't seem to be very good link-up play with him and Daniels, and it's a couple of sloppy passes. And you think it's a 2-0. And when he went for that, the handball, when they went for that, trying to get that decision, he's stuck down at their end. They make the break and they say 2 against 1. It was all over, wasn't it? But I said in the first half, they were very quick on the break. They've got the good, set of across the midfield, and we got punished. But what I did notice was that whenever they came up our end, we didn't seem to have many people back, as where they always had, pretty much all their team, back behind the ball, defending. And I think that's where the struggle was. So it did take that show of class from Curtis, and let's hope it continues, and he actually sees he can do it, and move on to the Swindon game.
Absolutely, and it's an easier run of games now, isn't it? And I think we can all just sort of take a breather and just, obviously we want to still give respect to the opponents, all that kind of thing. Any substitution wise, Richard, I know that just sort of the last sort of tail end of that second half can't I get my words out, turned into a blur, didn't it? You know, would you have done things differently had you been Kenny Jackett subs wise?
I think I brought Williams on. Definitely brought Williams on. You could see when he was on, running up and down the touchline, he was, keen to get on. And I say that he made the changes at the right time. I thought it was going to be the 70th minute. And I think it just took a little bit of time for the passing and all that to try and gel. But we're still ping-pongy like we were in the first half. And, it just, I say, we were lucky really to get the draw. Really were, but...
I think we tend to agree. Second half, Rich, we were happy with a point at the end of it. We said that we'd take a point when it was 1-0 to them. I suppose I question the first half when we had 12 corners or 11 or 12 corners and 2 good set pieces. We didn't punish them with that, and that is always going to be difficult. We could have got 4 or 5 in the first half, couldn't we, if we'd taken our chances?
Yeah, it was just like the other day, is that, you get the goals as soon as you can, and then, you can, set your stall up then. But say, be 0-0 going, into the second half, it is an unknown, isn't it? So, and as soon as they get the goal, they get the second goal, that's it. They're going to take it into the corner. They're going to slow the ball down, so it's fortunate, Curtis had that sort of, blinking spark about him, because it seemed as though a lot of people seem to sort of dropping off that spark, So, but no, as they get a draw. But the problem is that looking at the results, Doncaster have picked a good win up against Oxford, so they're sort of chipping away, aren't they, getting the goals, and Oxford could be a bit of a turnaround when they come, when we play them, so it'd be interesting, certainly interesting Tuesday night, I know that.
Yeah, Oxford's not far away, and Tuesday night will be an interesting one. Richard, thank you so much for joining us, mate. This is not third time lucky we've been speaking to you, because I thought we were probably going to be. There was a moment there I thought we might be discussing 3 points like we said at half time, but it wasn't to be. Your presence is much appreciated, mate, and we will see you on Tuesday night if you're around.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Have a good weekend. I'll see you later.
Perfect, mate. And you, see you soon. That was Richard, who's very kindly joined us. Let's go straight to retro shirt Sean, who's not wearing a retro shirt today, everyone. You'll be very disappointed to know. He's here, mate. Dissect that one for us. Talk us through it. Your general overview, and then if you want to give us a bit of detail, then go for it.
Okay, I was just a little worried by the first half. I think it's coming the tail of the Pompey season. We seem to dominate, score, and not score. We dominate, get corners, get set pieces, but we're not making it count. And I do worry whether we've got the goals up front. I know Marcus has been doing very well, but he seemed to have not scored as many recently. And if you look at his average for the season, he's about there. And going forward, it worries me. Are we got the goals up front to make it count for the rest of the season? We get goals from elsewhere, which is nice. I thought Jacobs today was absolutely brilliant. He was setting the tone, and when he went off, it was noticeable. We were missing that rhythm in the second half. And I think it took a while for White to come in, and I was slating Curtis in the chat saying, "Oh, he was awful." But then that one moment of tenacity from him, that one bit, it just switched the game. So that's what he brings, But unfortunately, he doesn't deliver that for 90 minutes. And that's
it'd be lovely if he could, wouldn't it? It'd be outstanding.
And he would come with lots and lots of goals. But the problem is, he doesn't do it. And I just wonder whether we're missing that something from somebody who can turn the games around all the time consistently. Is it going to be we're going to slip into the playoffs and just be there nearly and not quite there?
Oh, don't say that. Oh, that's a horrible thought. Awful. Just before you carry on, I just said welcome Chris along to Team Good Morning. Andrew's very kindly joined us.
Sean, did you think we talked about the first half opportunities? The first half, we seemed to have a lot more space to play in their half. They seemed a different side in the second half to what. And I've asked this question a number of times to myself and lots of people. Have we got the tactical nonce in our dressing room to change it up when it needs to be changed up? The Plymouth manager is a very experienced guy, obviously, but their team came out in the second half. They were a different side, weren't they? They worked out how to play the game in the second half and took very deserved, I think, 2-0 lead in the second half. Albeit we should have been 3 or 4 up in the first half. We appreciate, but they took their 2 chances in the second half, and embarrassingly so. I thought we looked all at stage. What do you make of the tactical nonsense that we've got to change things, not just bring a couple of players on.
We
throw
did
one
change things. We brought from 2 goals down, and now we drew 2-2.
But what we're saying is, Tom, that was 5 minutes to go. We're all sitting on the edge of our seats, chewing on nuts, chewing on nails,
chewing on nuts.
Chewing on nuts.
I don't want to be doing that.
I'm saying, Curtis, bit of magic, yes, and he had to do that bit of magic to get himself back on the team sheet, didn't he? That's a fact of life. He had to do something. But
is there a question in here somewhere
yes,
for
Sean? The question
Sean?
is, Sean, do you think we've got the tactical nonsense in the dressing room to change things when it's going poorly for us, like it did in the second half?
In our heart of hearts, we've known for the last 2 seasons that things don't change dramatically during a game. Plymouth let us look good in the first half because they came to play football, and we're a footballing side, and we had a good game of football, and we looked good. The tactical changes we made in the second half were enforced with Jacob's injury. And the fact that I think Jacket was going to change a striker anyway, and he brought Ronan on to go up front, and he brought on Harvey White on the left to replace Jacobs. And we just played that. And if it hadn't been for Ronan Curtis, we would have got nothing from the game. It was just, there was no tactics there. There was no dramatic change to our play. We weren't, changing, going through the middle of the park rather than down the wings the way we were in the first half. There was no change. It was just an individual turning the game. And that's what worries me. And it's worried me from day one. Jacket has got some good players in there, but we play one way. And we don't really change.
I tell you what, I think we would have been promoted about 3 seasons ago with Sean in charge of Pompey. I don't know. Somehow we need to get that message relayed to Mr. Jacket, Sean.
Sean or Brendan or Aaron
or Sam, probably. Sam, it's just
or actually anyone.
To be honest, sounds like anyone but Kenny Jacket, doesn't it? Sean, you have. Go on.
I was just thinking, there's a question for you guys. The team that came up from League Two, the players we had at that time, if you'd managed them and played them, would they have got you up from League One without buying anybody at all or changing anybody? If you'd kept the players that we had, Clark, Burgess, Lowe, all these players would make any League One team easily. And you sit there and go, how can we struggle as we transitioned?
Yeah, it's a very good point, actually. And I think
the answer's in the dressing room.
Well, the answer's in the dressing room. I agree with that, and we'll never get that answer out. I would argue that we've recruited well since then. I think we've never really sort of covered our losses when it comes to Jamal Lowe, and he's now tearing things up for Swansea City, isn't he?
Or Matt Clark or Christian Burgess.
Or Matt Clark. I know, and I don't think you can't argue that Sean Raggett or Rasmus Nikolaisen are good enough recruits in order to be a firm, a firm replacement for them. I was really I think going forward, could you argue Michael Jacobs for Jamal, perhaps I
think Michael Jacobs is more of a Roberts type replacement.
Yeah,
more of a player.
Gary Roberts was another member of that team, wasn't he?
And Michael Doyle.
And Michael Doyle as well. No, I'd say Tom Naylor's your Michael Doyle these days.
Tom Naylor for me was man of the match again today. Andy Cannon didn't do as much as he would normally do. But Naylor is absolutely solid, isn't he?
He's just grown into that role. He's just phenomenal, and he's the guy you're building the team around at the minute. Your selection, he's probably there. Him and Cannon are on the sheet pretty much every week without fail. Worrying is who's in the background. Who are those molds that we got? We haven't really. So again,
So what we've got to do then is work out teams at half time and play a different way of playing against them. But is that what we're saying?
Isn't that what a manager's meant to do?
Isn't that what Kenny's meant to do? Well,
we've got to be careful what we say live on air.
We have, very careful. Been chastised for that on numerous occasions in the last couple of years, Sean. So both live and in videos. So we'll refrain from that. You're more than welcome to say whatever you like, Sean. To be honest, you can feel free.
No, I'd like to go back to Fratton Park someday.
Yeah, no, true. Absolutely, I agree. I think we all would. So we'll leave that on there. Sean, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to speak to Aaron and Brendan before we head off ourselves. But as I said, you belong in Kenny Jackett's shoes.
Before you go, I've asked a couple of people earlier, and time's lapsed a little bit, but your language skills probably as good as Sam's. What is German for no?
9.
Yeah, twice over.
Keep reminding ourselves about that.
Yeah.
And didn't they lose again today?
Yeah, they did indeed. Yeah,
Sadly, yes.
unfortunately, it was 3-2 Newcastle.
If,
but
how's your maths? 9 plus 9 is what?
Oh, 18. Yeah, nice.
anyway, right. Well, we'll leave it there. Sean, thank you so much for joining us, mate. And we will see you if you're around on Tuesday.
We'll be there.
Oh, Brett Pittman's another one for Swindon.
Did he score today?
He might well have done. I'm not sure. I don't know if he did or not.
We'll look that up in a minute.
We'll check it out. Sean, thank you very much indeed. Speak to you Tuesday.
Cheers, mate.
Right, that was Sean. Let's go to Brendan, and then we'll finish things off with Aaron, and he's got a new friend with him as well, so we'll chat to them in a moment. Brendan, I need a rest, mate. I don't know about you.
We stole that. I nearly ran out of run. We stole a point there, didn't we?
We did, didn't we?
But I'll tell you what, Ronan needed to prove himself, and I think he did it when he did that. I think he needed the rest. He needed time out. He needed to prove himself again, and I think he did that with his goal and a lot of his technical running around and getting the ball and doing what Ronan does. And as you say, he doesn't do it all the time. If I was to compare him to someone who I've seen at Pompey play before, would be Nico Kranjčar. Because to me, Nico was a lazy git. And he'd ping a free kick in from 25 yards, but then he'd do that once every 8 games.
Yeah.
And Curtis, I love the boy to bits, but he needs to prove it, and I think he might have got himself back in the side today. When we took Ellis off and brought Harvey on, I would have taken Trampoline Foot off instead of him. I wouldn't have taken Harrison off because Harrison is our outlet at the top. He wins the headers.
I believe he's referring to John Marquis, Trampoline Foot.
Yeah, who else is Trampoline Foot? Because as you've seen all the way through this game today and against Charlton, Ellis is winning these headers and he's winning these flick downs, and the flick downs are leading to potential chances on goal.
Is Harvey the right player for this football club at this time with the physical sides that he's playing against in League One? He's a Premiership prima donna that sits in the background, I think, personally.
All right, let's be very careful with what we say again.
Is he a lightweight? I'm just saying.
Welcome to the football club, Harvey White. If you're watching, you're a Premier League prima donna.
No, this is the point I'm making. Is there is a difference between a 19-year-old lad that can play some football and in the lower levels of Tottenham with that facility around him and all the facilities that with it against other 19-year-olds, as opposed to someone who's going to play up against that Opoko in the Fulham guy that's on loan at Plymouth, and those big centre halves and big midfield players that he's going to have to come up against in this league. Is it the right choice to bring him on with 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go?
Sam made the point that it was just to give us a bit more in midfield, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's stronger in midfield, Tom, the point I'm making. He can play, don't get me wrong, the guy's got a right foot, he's got a left foot, he can play some football, of course he can.
Why don't we ask Brendan? We've been talking all afternoon. Brendan, what do you think about that one?
I don't think it should have been Harvey. How much I do rate him on the ball and dead balls, he's class. But it should have been Williams should have come on instead. I think Sean said it earlier. I think also one of the lads said it earlier. Yeah, it should have been Willow that come on. You saw him on the touchline, ready and raring to come on, and he brings the nipper on, and it's kind of like we don't need a centre mid on. I know he can play wide, but we needed someone to buzz around the front, and that's what Willow does. And I think he would have been the better option to go forward for, personally.
Okay, as it stands right now, Brendan, where do you see Pompey finishing this League One campaign?
Well, at the moment, with current sort of form, where we are at the moment in the playoffs, but if we pick up some results in these next 3 or 4 games, we make a run together and we start kicking on like we did the year we got promoted. We lost the Crew, and after that, we then kicked on and got ourselves up the table. So maybe Swindon Town, we give Pittman a show and Dion Donoghue a bit of a show, and we say, boys, look what you're missing. And, we push ourselves at that table. Because I think, I'm a bit optimistic. I don't like talking negative about Pompey. That's not me.
Yeah.
Because there's too much negativity around this country at the moment. We need a bit of positivity. And I think, we can.
Can you see the teams above us? We can go on the run. Of course we can. We can win the next 2 games. And we should win those next 2 games. We all know that on paper. We should win those 2 games. To the teams above us, though, are they looking like they're going to drop the points to allow us to get above them in the table?
Hull drop points today. I don't
Hull
think.
will. Sure.
Yeah, I can't see Lincoln potentially dropping points. Donny are doing pretty well at the moment. We've got to play Peterborough again. You know, we beat them at home. You know, they beat our second string team. You know, so we can't give them props on that really. But we beat them at home. We probably can beat them away. I think we can beat Peterborough away. We've done it before. Yeah, you know, anything's possible in League One. You know, it's a very tight league as we've seen.
There we go. Brendan, it's been an absolute pleasure once again, mate. Thank you for joining us. We will see you. Go on, go for it.
Yeah, just before I go back to Retro Shirt Sean's question about the promotion team who got us promoted from League 2.
Yes.
All those players there, when Kenny took over from Cook, a lot of maybe some of the core players sort of got filtered out a bit because Danny Rose wasn't playing, Evans wasn't playing, Bennett wasn't playing in our first year in League 1, were they? So,
Thompson.
and yeah, Thompson, yeah, they were a lot of them were all sort of faded out, and Naismith as well. Naismith wasn't happy under Jacket. He followed Cookie, didn't he? Yeah. But that League 1 team, if we kept Cookie and it all stayed the same, you know, I know Doyle, we didn't renew his contract at the end of it, but I think we could have pushed on and got promoted that year if we consistently played that team. I know we needed a striker. That's why Britt Pittman come in. But I think we could have pushed it. Definitely.
Brendan, thank you so much, mate. See you Tuesday.
Definitely. Up the Blues.
Out the Blues. Cheers, mate. We've got some delusional Ipswich fans in the chat, so we're just going to ignore that. And Aaron is ready to go. How are you, mate?
Hello. I think I went through every single emotion in the last 30 minutes of that game. It was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe, like, first half, we should have taken our chances, obviously, with the amount of corners. But can he be happy with the amount of corners we've had? So we beat them on their corners. But we should have put at least two or three past and then killed the game off at half time. Glad that Curtis did come on, but I think with White coming on, I would have brought Williams on, just because Williams brings the other striking force there as well.
Why do you think? Why do you think Kenny chose to bring on Wyke instead of Williams? What was going through his head?
I think because we've got so many games coming up. I think we've got so many games coming up Tuesday and Saturday for every week now to the end of the season. I think he wants to have them. Well, I'm not sure actually, because like you're going to have to actually do squad rotation anyway. But I think bringing on the right players for the right sort of attitude and the team we're playing, it has to be the right players. Bringing on White, I would have brought White on like through the Swindon game in a couple of days' time, bringing him as a sub there because they're quite low in the league anyway. But as Plymouth is our bogey team, so it depends on what sort of how we're playing. And we were. Yeah, I can't understand how we went 2-0 down. The first goal was offside. When you have a look at it later, it was offside. And
that's a big. I think it came off a Pompey player, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll have to re-look at that. And the second one, it was a handball, but our players just stayed there. We just stayed there instead of just pushing back and everything. So it was a bit of a. But Plymouth were always a bogey team. I'm just so glad that we got a point. I did say the other night that out of our next 10 games, I want 24 points. That is the 1 point. All the next games and that now, we're going to win. We're going to win all of them now. Yeah. And the thing is like at the end of the season, I reckon we'll be in automatics.
Are you sat next to another Pompey fan by any chance?
Well,
no, he's not. That's not good news.
But he has been to loads of Portsmouth games anyway, so I do drag him. I do drag him.
If you've taken him to games, I think he's made the right decision to not be a Pompey fan. So that's completely his prerogative.
No, his granddad takes him to all the Wolves games as well. So
no, we don't mind Wolves. We'll take Wolves.
But as you can see, he's a Tottenham fan.
That's not, to be honest, Tottenham, Wolves, and Pompey are probably three of the teams you're going to want to support, aren't they? So
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
take that, mate.
But as long as we can get over this is going to be a tough game anyway. Plymouth have always been a thorn in our side, but we've got Swindon coming up, we've got Crewe coming up, so we just need to crack on, just get the attitude right. Kenny, he got it right the other day, but I'm not sure if he got his tactics right today. We should have just pushed on. And when they scored that goal, it was just like, what is going on? We should have been miles clear of them by half time. Anyway, so it's a bit frustrating, but we move on. We push on to Tuesday against Swindon.
Go on.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question. Two questions, actually. The first one is, how old is that young man next to you?
12.
Okay. So how old were you in 2008 in the FA Cup semi-final?
He was in my belly.
He was in the wife's belly.
Oh, there we go.
What was he? Right.
Yeah, he was in the belly.
It wasn't actually around to see the score at Wembley then, the semi-final of the FA Cup.
No, but he's watched. How many times have you watched the DVD?
3.
He's watched the final on DVD 3 times. So, and I'll come home from work and he's always on YouTube watching all our old matches and everything as well. So, yeah.
There'll be a day when you come to your senses and you wear a blue shirt.
Oh, he's got one of them as well. He's got McGilvery signed his shirt and everything when we went played Stevenage. So I do drag him to the games and everything. So on cold nights as well. It's not difficult really. He loves his football. So
no.
Well, clearly not. He's wearing a Tottenham shirt.
Aaron, I was going to ask you before you go, mate. Do you reckon we're well and truly over those two poor home defeats now? Hull and Lincoln, are they in the rearview mirror now?
Yeah, definitely. Hello. It was time to.
There's Chelsea fan turned up.
Yeah. Oh, all right, then, mate. Sit there. With them 2 games, it was very frustrating. Really, really frustrating. And then getting the result against Charlton on Tuesday night, that was amazing. And then I think tonight was just a little bit strange, but then we just need to put that behind. We've got 21 games to play, 63 points to play for. Well to our oyster. It's in our hands. It's up to our squad and our team to make a statement now and just go for it. I'm not interested in looking at the league at the moment because, like, on social media later, you're going to have Lincoln fans, Hull fans, all giving it all the large Don Carter. So it's like, pointless. Just concentrate on us. Get the 3 points each Tuesday and Saturday, and then I strongly think we're going to be in automatics. We just cannot afford to be in playoffs.
No, we can't, and which is why I'll ask you the same question, Aaron, and I wonder if you have a different view on it. It is very much glass half empty, and you are very much glass half full kind of guy, so you're probably going to give me a cracking answer to this, but did that really need to be a win today in order to keep up with the Joneses, as it were? There's an awful lot of pressure to keep up with. Arguably, it's looking at the table. It's 6 decent teams that could theoretically be in and around there for automatics. Do you think that that's 2 points lost or a point gained tonight?
They're definitely 2 points lost. We made that game completely hard for ourselves, where it shouldn't have had to been hard. We like the first half. What was it? 15 corners in 10 minutes, and we could not put one away. We should have closed that game off by half time. So I'm glad we got the point, but it's definitely 2 points lost tonight.
Why do you think, Aaron? Why do you think we play so well at Charlton and play them off the park and dominate the game with the same formation, same players on the pitch? The following Saturday at Fratton Park, we play the way we played today, and we didn't dominate the game. What changed from Tuesday night to today? What happened?
Well, it's like last season, we were fantastic at home, unbeaten for ages, and our away form was rubbish. And now, this season, it's just turned it on its head. We're now terrible at home. Like before we actually scored them 2 goals, it was 2.5 games since we last scored at home. Yeah. So our home form has just been absolute terrible. Yeah. Like Tom said earlier on, we used to be a fortress. That's like gone out the window at the moment. But we've got the players there. If the fans were in there, then it would be a completely different story. Completely different story. But like we still sorted out the away form from last season because we were terrible. But now, yeah, I just can't understand what's happening. There's no fans in any of the grounds, so there's no home advantage for any team at the moment. So we just got to go for it every game because it's virtually the same squad that we played on Tuesday night. Same team, really.
Yeah. I was talking to Alan in the week, and we were talking about Alan, who's on 4-0 sometimes, and he's good guy, Alan. He's quite level-headed about the whole thing, and he was saying that he thought that it's all part of the long-term plan that we should actually finish above these other teams that you're talking about. My concern is the inconsistency, like I said, about playing so well on Tuesday. And we played badly for 2 games, then we play really exceptionally well, and then we play like we did the first half today, which was exceptional. I thought, you're right, but we 12 corners or something, we should have scored at least once, shouldn't we? We could have scored 4 in the first half and put them to bed, and they'd have gone home with their tails between the legs. So I think there's plenty of quality there still, but we just need to continue playing the way we did in the first half and the way we finished at Charlton.
I think there's also a bit of confidence lacking as well, even though we won against Charlton. But because of them 2 games, I'm just thinking, do some of the players actually still think back to them games and think, right, we cannot lose this, we cannot lose it. And then all of a sudden they go to sleep and letting silly little goals. So I think once we start, we've got a nice little run at the moment. So once we start playing and we win about 3 or 4 games on the bounce, the confidence would just go absolutely through the roof. And then we should be all right at home and away.
There goes the foghorn again. Aaron, we are going to wrap things up there, mate. We've been live for over 3 hours. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. As always, we'll be back with Aaron on Tuesday night if he's around.
I'm around.
Wish the little man the best of luck with Tottenham as well. I know it's Josie in, Josie out right now. So hopefully, have you played already this weekend, or is it someone else?
No, it's you're playing tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Can I ask you one question? Your language skills. What's German for no?
9.
Is indeed.
She's up that one, doesn't it?
Have a good night, gents. Speak to you on Tuesday, Aaron.
Yeah, see you later. Have a good evening. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Aaron, and I didn't get his name actually, but the Tottenham fan. Before we go, Steve has said, thank you for your company, lads. All the best in the promotion chase. I think we still go up. And if you do, I'll miss our fixtures. Always entertaining. That's from a Plymouth Argyle fan. Steve, many thanks for that indeed. And thank you very much to everyone who's joined us this evening. Andrew, just a very quick one. Would you like to pick a man of the match this evening? As quickly as you can.
Naylor.
Tom Naylor, brilliant. It's been a great 3 hours. It has indeed, William. We've enjoyed it very much so. And I hope you have enjoyed it as much as we have bringing it to you. That is it for the time being. Ollie Clark, cheers. Not a problem, mate. See you against Swindon. And we will see you against Swindon as well. Before we do leave you, let's take a look at what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit over the next couple of weeks. Right, there we go. Then we can see Tuesday night looks big, doesn't it? Brett Pittman back at Fratton Park, and then it's back-to-back away trips to Pompey, Crewe, Alexandria and Bristol Rovers. Then a trip down to the south coast for Blackpool. Then we're off to the Cassam to play Oxford United. Then it's Gillingham at home, Doncaster away, then Northampton Town on the road. And then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit on the 9th of March. From 6 p.m. our coverage begins, and then the small matter of a trip to Wembley. Pompey versus Salford City is live with us here Saturday 13th of March at 2 o'clock. Andrew, thank you for joining me, mate.
Pleasure, mate.
That's it from us. Have a great couple of days, and we will see you on Tuesday night. Keep the faith. Go on.
2 + 2 is 4-0.
It is, but we didn't score 2 of the other goals.
2 + 2 written all over it.
Absolutely. What's French? What's German for no?
9.
See you Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Play at Pompey.